30. And the oldest person
77
is 46, and that's Chaz Barstow, who could potentially play the winner of this one if he gets through Kurt Parry, the number 5 seed.
100. Jamie, you require 147.
Well, everything so far has gone quite comfortably to throw, and Jamie Hughes will be hoping that that same pattern is going to emerge here. But he's not going to go any further than the 147. He's going to have to hope that Tweddle doesn't take out the 161. And that last start was huge because he was just beginning to make a little bit of a mess of that visit.
$137.
That is an exceptional approach,
67.
putting monstrous pressure on this 2-darter for Yozza. He's going to need 3. Tops with 1. Oh, how good is that? How good was that? Not just a brilliant checkout. You couldn't wish for a better tops than that.
Well, the double play so far in this game's been delightful. Only one dart missed between the pair. Pair of 15 darters for Jamie Hughes. On for every leg going with the darts so far. And it is Yozza that leads by 2 legs to 1. And that's his second 180 in as many legs.
This should not be a shock, because Jamie Hughes at times in his career has been so good, he could pierce your ears from 8 feet away.
Rediscovering his form in 2025, and he was kind of talking philosophically in his interview before the action got underway, saying that since falling off the tour, that darts has kind of had a different weight of importance about him. He's felt almost a little bit detached from the game that he was a part of when he was at the peak of his powers, and to a certain extent it feels like he's just trying to rediscover the love of the game again.
When he's been part of the darts family at various top levels over the last decade, he might feel a little bit detached from the sport.
60.
But one thing's for sure, because of his nature,
86.
he's still one of us. He's in command of this game. He was going for treble 12 there to try and lead
46.
double 16, but all is well. It could be a break of through on a 3-1 lead. And he'll probably aim for the puncture wound in the tops that he left from his last double hit.
44.
The problem Jack Trail's got
40.
right now is Jamie Hughes is leaving himself on something handy after 4 visits in pretty much every single leg. That's a 13 darter, best leg of the match. Break of throw for Jamie Hughes. 3 out of 4 in terms of his doubling, and 3-1 to the good. And now has the darts to go 3 legs clear, needing just 1 more to cross the line and to make it through to the semi-finals and to dispose of the
32.
number 1 seed Jack Tweddle.
It's never easy to play the first
52.
game of a tournament. I'll spare a thought for Shaun Fox this afternoon. He hasn't even played on this stage before. So it'll be a whole different experience
40.
for him. The rest of them have played here before. And they've all played on Saturday nights in front of audiences
60.
as well.
And even the player that hasn't played here before in Shaun Fox has played at Minehead and has won at the UK Open. So they've all got relative experience of something somewhere.
Excellent point. One thing I will say, though, is that they say if you play on one stage, it's just the same as everything else. In this sport, that is not the case. This has got a whole different feel to anything else.
I was going to say before he put one into the single 5 there
26.
and then one into the single 1 that Jamie Hughes looks as comfortable on a stage like this as I think I've seen him for a very long time.
60.
Jack's just getting a little bit frustrated here. I think he's very glad that this is best of 9 instead of best of 7. But things are getting precarious because Yozza is just putting the hammer down.
3 consecutive legs were maximum here for Jamie Hughes. He's left himself on 84 to go 4-1 to the good and 1 away. And the number 1 seed for this tournament very much has his back firmly against the wall. 69 remaining.
The right play here is to go for treble 15. You might think he should have gone for treble 19 or single 19, but if you go for the 15, you leave 54, you leave tops with 3. It hasn't worked out for Hughes. That works out for Tweddle.
50.
And this is the biggest moment of the match so far.
Tops are 4-1. Now down for double 10.
Game shot in the
Finds
fifth
it.
egg.
Last
Jamie
start in
Hughes.
hand. And he thought it was first to 4.
Sixth egg is Jack
He
to
thought
throw
it was all
first.
over. But he's still got work to do. He's
Game on.
1 away.
That's how preconditioned some of these dart players are. They get on the live lounge stage and they automatically think
57.
when you get to 4, you're through. Does that little bit of levity help Hughes or does it hinder? He's playing beautifully in this game. He has restricted Tweddle to 1 dart at a double
100.
and closed him out.
And also put the other side of the
100.
coin on it. Does Jack Tweddle think, well, he thought it was first to 4. He may think that there's a little bit of a blip in the brain and he can exploit that a little bit.
I don't think it's phasing Yozza whatsoever.
123.
He doesn't seem like the type of player that gets perturbed by too much. He doesn't look like an overthinker of the game, put it that way.
Put it that way.
84.
I think Jamie's been the kind of player that has kept things simple for many years, and it is a key to success in this game. We can easily
55.
overcomplicate this sport. But Tweddle's got to go ballistic from here.
100.
Might as well start now.
Well, that 180 is his second in as many legs. Needs him on a finish after 12 on throw. But Jamie Hughes is going to follow him tit for toe, the
96.
man
Jack, you
from
require
Tipton.
80.
This is awkward.
Game
But he manages
shot
to
in the sixth
find.
leg. Jack
He's only
Tweddle.
had 2 darts at a double in this game, and he
Seventh
has
egg is
taken
Jamie to
both
throw
of them.
First. Game on.
Nothing wrong with the doubling from both players. Look at this. Visit perfect after 6 legs.
78. $97.
Best of 9 is a format that these people are very, very adept at. It's what they were playing when they were winning an ADC Championship Tour event in 2025. All of them in the field
100.
have won an event this year. Jack's won 2. Carl Wilson has won 2.
Yeah, Tweddle's successes came in event 4 where he beat Adrian Gray by
25.
5 legs to 1 in the final. Then in event 6 where he beat Chaz Barstow by 5 legs to 4. Chaz will be in our next match against Kurt Parry in the other game in the top half of the draw.
100.
Yeah, we should give a bit of a hat tip to the people who made finals on the ADC Championship Tour events this year. People like Johnny
97.
Haynes, who wasn't here, Ashley McKeever, Dean Finn, David Davies, who had a rather good day yesterday, didn't he? Qualifying for the ADC Global Championship. Michael Huntley,
140.
Kieran Harris. But predominantly, these 8 players, alongside Christian Perez, who couldn't be here, they have been the main men.
Jamie, you require 83.
Jamie could be the main man in game 1. He has his first chance to win and to be through to the semis.
But he's missed the big number, and as he missed a big chance.
43.
It's a big hope
Jack,
for Jack Tweddle with the 142, but it's a hope nonetheless. And it's the last chance potentially he may get, because Jamie Hughes has been 4 out of 6 in terms of his finishing in this
54.
contest, and he's going to get
Jamie,
3
you
darts
require
in hand
40.
at double top to send the #1 seed in this competition, packing. Jack Tweddle, the #1 seed for the Tour Championship, is out, and Jack Tweddle is into the semi-finals with a blistering doubling display. 5 out of 7 on the outer ring in that contest, and Yoza is into the final 4. That the tail of the tape, a high-quality opening game of the day. Jamie Hughes winning it by 5 legs to 2. Coming up next, our second quarter-final is Chaz Barstow up against Parry. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor.
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow! Welcome back to the Tour Championship Finals, where before the break, the #1 seed Jack Tweddle was sent packing, losing out 5-2 to Jamie Hughes in the opening quarter-final. The second match from the bottom half of the draw is a meeting between Chaz Barstow and Parry. We can hear from both players now. Kurt, fair to say, fairly profitable year for yourself on the ADC Tour. Coming to this as the #5 seed for the tournament, how much are you looking forward to today?
Yeah, really looking forward today. It's what you sort of play for in that tour to try and get into this position. So yeah, it's nice to do that.
And you had success on that circuit this year. It must have been nice for you to be lifting titles again.
Yeah, it's always nice to win. Don't win quite as much as I'd like to, but I think that's for most people. But yeah, no, I've played some nice stuff when I've gone on to the ADC Tour, so it'd be nice to carry it on.
We've seen you have a really good year here in the Super Series. So you made a couple of pairs finals, you made another weekly final. How much would it be a cherry on the cake to actually, first of all, win in this building, but also win a title of the magnitude of the Tour Championship finals?
Yeah, it'd be huge. It's massive confidence booster coming into the back end of the year, and there's lots of things up for grabs on the back of this as well. So yeah, hopefully I can turn up today and actually win in year.
When you look at what the players last year, the likes of Andy Bolton, the one, and then the likes of Dale Pilgrim, Bradley Brooks went on to achieve after playing in this competition, does that kind of inspire you a little bit, knowing what players have done here previously and what can be achieved through success on the ADC circuit?
A little bit. Obviously, you've got to play well to get anywhere. So, and they did that after they played here. So, yeah, just hopefully I can find a bit of something and play well.
Well, wish you the best. Go well, Kurt. Good luck.
Thank you.
Chaz, into these tour finals as the number 4 seed, and it's fair to say the ADC circuit's been fairly good to you in 2025.
Yeah, I've played really well on it. It's a great sort of learning curve. It's the first time I've really got that involved in it, but yeah, it's turned out well.
In terms of the events, the fact you tasted success on the circuit as well this year, it must be nice to be back in the winners' enclosure after a little while.
Yeah, it's great to get a win in amongst such a quality field. So yeah, it's great for my game, and I've enjoyed playing in it.
Is it fair to say the last 6 months or so we've seen your game in a much better place than it has been in recent times?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a little bit to go. I seem to be throwing a lot better. I'm scoring a lot heavier. So yeah, it's in a good place.
It's been a little while since we've seen you pick up a title in this building. Is it a little bit overdue for Chaz these days?
It's always overdue. I love winning here, and I haven't done it enough really. So it'd be great to get another win here. Yeah.
In particular, I suppose, a tournament like the Tour Finals where you've had to play 12 events you've worked all year to kind of qualify for. I suppose it'll add a little bit more merit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's been a commitment, and like all of us, we've been to all the events and we've given it our all. So it'd be great to finish it on a high. So yeah, it'd be good.
Go well, wish you the best. Chaz, good luck.
Thank you, Henry.
Hello and welcome back. This is the 2025 ADC Winmau Championship Grand Final. Coming to you from the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. Would you please welcome our second quarter-finalists, Chaz Barstow and Kurt Parry.
So game 2 is a meeting between Chaz Barstow and Kurt Parry, the number 4 and number 5 seeds for this particular competition. For Kurt Parry, he's a player that's having a 2025, which is allowing him to kind of have a little bit of a renaissance in his career. Twice a finalist in terms of the international pairs tournament here at the Modus Super Series alongside Richie Burnett for Wales, the 32-year-old from Ogmore Vale. He won event 8 of the season where he got the better of his fellow Welshman David Davis in the final by 5 legs to 2. Chaz Barstow, the 46-year-old from Winchester, well, he won the final event of the season. He got the better of Kieran Harris by 5 legs to 2 to rubber stamp his place into the top 8. He actually finished 5th in the overall order men, but of course because of Christian Perez's withdrawal got bumped up to the number 4 seed, which
Thank you, ladies
might
and
be nice
gentlemen.
in
First
terms of
leg
the
is Kurt to
seedings,
throw
but it
first.
means a meeting with
Game
Kurt
on.
Parry. Sometimes the grass may not always be greener on the other side.
Here's the thing, Henry. You've got to go through everybody if you want success.
99.
No point trying to dodge anyone. Just look at the draw, accept it, play your best and move on. You hope.
100.
Chaz has had a really busy year. He's done some miles as well. It's not long back from South Korea, where he was part of the England team. I'm sure that was an experience, but now he's back on home soil.
And very much close to
100.
home soil. Of all the players playing in this competition, he's the one who's got the closest proximity to the live lounge, living just up the M27 in Winchester.
128.
Yeah, today he's trying to put the win in Winchester.
And it's certainly fair to say that
140.
this year for
Kurt,
Chaz
you're
has seen him move back in the
134.
right direction. In fact, for both players, we know their abilities, we know their CVs, but it's felt like over the course of the last 12
Chaz,
months
you
or
recall
so,
161.
we're seeing the best of them again. Parry's left himself on a double after 12 to hold throw in this opening leg, and he is going to get a look at tops, free in hand to take the opener.
41. Kurt, you require 40.
So far today, Tops has been battered.
Game
That's
shot
a
in the
really
first
steady
leg, Kurt
start
Parry.
for Kurt
Second
Parry.
leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
If he has
Game on.
had something levelled at him over the years, it's that his scoring is excellent and sometimes his doubles let him down. So to get a nice clean take
100.
there at the start will do him the world of good.
Well, that's the beautiful crystal that one wants to be lifting later on this afternoon, as Kurt Parry piles in the first max of this contest. And I think it's fair to say that even for someone like Kurt Parry, I know he's picked up the Champion of Champions title in the past, but for both of these players, winning this today will be up
100.
there at the top of their particular hit list of things that they've won in their career.
81.
I think you make a really interesting point, Mr. Deacon, because if you think about the field from last year, none of them are here.
140.
So you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get to win this. This might be it. This might be the only chance you get. So whilst you're here, make the most of it.
84. Chaz, you require 161.
So 161 for Barstow to level up at 1 apiece, not to be this time, and so Parry, yes, an outside chance, but a chance nonetheless on this 156 to break the throw and open up a 2-0 lead. Barstow, like Parry in the previous leg, leaving a double after 12 on the throw, and he is going to just about have a look at it.
140.
This is an excellent game of darts already. There is nothing wrong with this match at all. This is a humdinger.
It's Kurt to throw first. Game on.
Well, we expected it to be the tie of the quarterfinals, and so far it's living up to that particular billing. 1 apiece. 14 darter for Parry, cancelled out by a 13 darter for Barstow.
You look at the ingredients that are possible for this fixture.
84.
Barstow was just telling you this morning that his heavy scoring is returning. He's up against someone who does this all the time.
180.
On paper, this is probably the most salivating game. With all due respect to the other 6 players, this has rhythm, it has chemistry, and it has heavy scoring.
55.
And you'd probably argue of the 8 players in the field, and again, this is no disrespect to anybody else, but when you think about the highest of all high ceilings, you get the sense that these are the 2 that can possibly go to the most stratospheric numbers.
45.
Parry's not hurt by leaving the bogey number. And based on what Barstow does next, he might have to take out that 1-2-4. Turns out, he doesn't have to.
44. Kurt, you require 124.
Given an air of luxury in this leg, but he may just take it out anyway. We needed to find the treble with dart 2 to do exactly that, but what he is going to do upon his return is leave himself on double 16.
134. Kurt, you require 32.
Let's see what he's like in this department.
Game shot in the third leg.
Nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Fourth leg, it's Chaz to throw first.
This game feels like it's been played in fast forward.
$100.
The scary thing is, if Parry keeps playing this way on his own throw, Barstow might be home by the end of this tournament.
125.
Should also be worth noting that for both of these players, there's something more than just the Tour Championship title in play. The top 4 at the end of the year, Jack Tweddell, Carl Wilson, Christian Perez and Robbie Martin have been given automatic tickets to the Global Championship because of their seeding. At the present moment in time, neither of these players have qualified for that tournament. However, if they win today, they will qualify through because as this is a major tournament, winner will get a direct passage through to the end of year showpiece finale.
Could be a rather profitable couple of months
140.
then. There's Keegan Brown. Another local, albeit with a little bit of water in between.
98.
Well, at least you know who to call if you want a break
96.
today. Potential 11 darter here. 99.
Game shot in the fourth
Well,
leg.
this game
Kurt
is
Parry.
absolutely sublime.
You said you wanted a break. You've just seen one. Look at what he's doing. When it clicks for Parry, he's genuinely
59.
destructive. He can wipe the floor with you if he gets it going.
Those numbers demonstrative of that. 107 change the average
26.
at this present moment in time. Legs so far in this game of 14, 13, 16 and 12.
100.
One leg above the 5-visit range, and that was as good as you can get above 5-visit range.
He really does look motivated today, does Parry. And it might be something as simple as, I'm sick and
137.
tired of not winning in this room. Twice in the international pairs final he's lost.
100.
Multiple Saturday nights he's lost in Modus Super Series weeks. He could put that right today.
82.
And we've seen what success here can mean in terms of a catalyst.
100.
Now, in the previous guise of the Global Championship last year that it was played over the Super Series format, Adam Lipscomb won one of the weeks of that. He said by playing that and getting to the final, that just gave him the jolt of confidence that he needed going into Q School in January and getting his tour card. Barstow piles in a max. And it's going to leave himself on 76
102. Chaz requires 76.
potentially get the break back.
This game genuinely is worthy of the PDC Pro Tour. That's a bit of a slip, but all is not lost. Double 12. Great fix from Barstow. He misses that, he's in trouble.
Chaz to throw first.
An immediate break back from Chaz. Parry didn't do much wrong there.
5 legs played and 5 legs of absolute brilliance from this pair. 3-2 Parry, and the numbers make for an incredible reading so far.
44.
I don't know if you've noticed as well, because you were here for international pairs 2. Kurt Parry at that point in time was using a dart
83.
that was tapering out and was front loaded. He's gone back to the kind of darts he was using about
95.
a year ago. I think he's figured something out by going back to an original set.
96.
Can't argue with the output right now, so maybe he has done the right thing.
Maybe absence makes the dart grow stronger.
45.
Stick that on a t-shirt. I like it a lot.
Well, Barstow like this a lot. And this really is a counter-attack here from the Prince.
99.
Was 3-1 down. 15 dart to the break the throw of the previous legs. Left himself on a makeable finish after 12, but Parry right on his coattails with his 3rd max of the match.
Bull.
Game shot.
Oh, this game has got everything. This is exceptional.
Game on.
Parry's probably thinking, what have I got to do to get rid of this guy? A little bit more of that, maybe.
140.
What a game.
Well, the simple prognosis is don't give Chaz Barstow a dart at a double. 3 attempts, 3 hits, including that 127 checkout.
123. Check 83.
Sometimes we build a main event up and it can fall flat on our face.
137.
Well, this main event quarterfinal is delivering and then some.
Even Jack Tweddle, who lost the first game of the tournament,
46.
is eagle-eyed to the right of the stage. He wants to see who he could have potentially played in the semi-finals.
140.
And when he gets going, Kurt is one of the ultra-power scorers, particularly in the amateur game.
57. Kurt, you require 84.
Make no mistake, he's one of the best players in Wales, and he's on double 12,
Game
which
shot
is
on the 7th
being
leg. Kurt Parry.
destroyed
8th leg,
every
Chaz
time
to
it's
throw
left.
First. Game on.
What a shame this game is only best of 9. I could watch this all afternoon.
Best leg of the match, 11 darter, 4 from 6 in terms of the doubling for Kurt Parry, average of 108.07,
137.
and now a leg away from facing Jamie Hughes in the semi-finals.
58.
But Barstow,
140.
if we know one thing about him, he's a real gritty player and he knows how to grind results out. And if he has to maybe scrap a little bit and just
60.
hang in there as Kurt Parry continues to pile in big scores, then he will. The only problem is if it goes all the way, which it looks like it's going to, he's going to have to find a break in the decider.
But we've seen Barstow win
140.
games like this many times before.
180.
That is an incredible 180, but it may mean nothing.
4 for the game. But Barstow's made a bit of a mess of this. 11 scores
30.
so far, 73 left. Will leave himself on 54 when he comes back. 3 from 3 in terms of his doubling so far in this
85.
contest.
Chaz, you require
This
54.
to take us all the way.
14.
Well,
you require 118.
well.
Tops for the win.
78.
Tops for 118 checkout.
Chaz, you require 40.
Kurt Parry has had a match dart.
And that's the first time he's broke emotionally. Do we go the distance? 555.
Game shot.
That is so cool under pressure.
9th and final leg, it's Kurt.
An astonishing game of darts
Game on.
is about to have its climax. But it could have been finished already.
140.
Well, Kurt Parry had a match start off the back of a 118 combo. Chaz Barstow needed 5 darts across the line and to take us all the way
96.
to a last leg decider. A last leg in which Kurt Parry has the throw and by kicking off with a couple of big trebles has full control of it.
43.
But that has just opened up the door a little bit for Barstow if he can pile in something big himself.
$70.
Oh, it looked so promising after dart 1.
100.
You'll take it, but after dart 1, you're thinking 140 plus. Things are getting edgy. And he's lost the line,
90.
but rescues it. There's barely anything in it. Who can hold it together
82.
to take on Jamie Hughes in the semis?
Well, Parry's first to a finish, but if Barstow could pile in a couple of trebles here, he'd only need 1 treble to leave himself a double when it
60.
returns.
Kurt,
But
you're
by not
required
hitting
136.
anything at all, Kurt Parry has 6 of the match. He may well get it done for 136, but he needed another treble to leave
96.
double 8, but he is going to square up for tops.
This time, a shot at tops for the match has a precursor of a big, deep breath. And he has 2 extra darts in case he
100.
needs them.
Kurt, you require 40.
Mr. Dart at tops for the back of the 118
Game
of the
shot
previous
and
leg,
the
but he ain't
match,
going to need
Kurt
any more
Parry.
darts now because Kurt Parry has won an absolute corker of a quarter-final against Chaz Barstow. Perhaps the best game we've ever seen here at the Tour Championship Finals, and it's the man from Ogmore Vale who prevails and books his place through to the last 4, where he takes on Jamie Hughes, an average of 104.09 to get the better of Chaz Barstow in a last leg decider. Next up, Robbie Martin takes on Graeme Hall.
$54. Charlie require 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think he's
require
gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that
Charlie
situation there, George
require
Gave wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
it.
done.
Got out the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
So with 2 quarterfinals down here at the Tour Championship, and before the break we saw Kurt Parry get the better of Chaz Barstow in a barnstormer by 5 legs to 4, average of 104 in the end for Kurt to prevail there. 2 more quarterfinals to go. Robbie Martin taking on Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson taking on Shaun Fox, and we are all very much looking forward to the quarterfinals ahead of us for the remaining of the afternoon. Paul Nicholson is with me here in the studio to reflect on the quarterfinals that we have seen. And we have to say, before the break, that was an absolutely superb affair between Kurt Parry and Chaz Barstow.
I would like to think that that is not the best game we're going to get this afternoon, Henry, because from start to finish, that was an absolute delight. And Chaz leaves the tournament, but he leaves with his head held high. He didn't do a great deal wrong. He missed a couple of doubles in the end of the game, but my word, he was put under so much pressure by Kurt Parry. That checkout from Barstow, it really did emphasise how good that game was in the middle. They were going toe-to-toe like Hearns and Hagler, and we couldn't take our eyes off it. It was a fabulous game. If that's the best game we get this afternoon, fair enough, but I really hope it isn't.
As far as Kurt Parry's concerned, we thought that he'd be the dangerous quantity in this competition. Forget dangerous quantity, he's just established himself as a favourite to win the thing, hasn't he?
Yeah, 1 game down. Now he will start as favourite against Jamie Hughes. I mean, Jamie played really well. He averaged over 92, but Kurt was on another planet. His first start was unbelievable. He gave himself so much scope. But both players are going to have experience in that first semi-final. It'll be really interesting to see who gets the jump in that one.
Third semi-final sees Robbie Martin in action, and as we've seen all afternoon, he's got a lot of people supporting him in that auditorium.
It comes with its own pressures, and based on what we know from this morning, I'm not entirely certain he was aware of the whole T-shirt brigade that came into the live lounge. Robbie's a very, very talented player. He doesn't live too far from here. He's going to have the noise, but he's got to be able to use it. If he uses it well, this could be a real headache for whoever he plays today.
So Robbie Martin in action in our third quarter-final, and so far so good today, really, hasn't it, these tournament finals?
It's been wonderful. I've really enjoyed it. I think we were all looking forward to seeing what this is going to be like compared to last year. So far, so good. The standard is fantastic. The ADC deserve a great deal of credit for putting this tournament structure together to give these guys the opportunity, and someone's got to grasp it because we're losing players by the minute.
Well, let's hear from Robbie Martin now ahead of his quarter-final against Graeme Hall. Robbie, here we go. Tour Championship finals. This is what you've been building up all year for, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a surreal season, that's for sure. I mean, I was out of it going into the last weekend and then managed to claim the 4th spot.
What has it been about the Tour Championship that's kind of brought your game to life?
I think it's the whole thing. I don't do the other events, so for me this was like sort of learning, and every event just got better and better and better. And yeah, then I realised, then I kind of sort of gained my ability to where I could be.
Just tell us what kind of opportunity today is for yourself and what this could potentially do for your career.
Oh, if I make it through and I do go on to win it today, then Q School will be obviously in January, and then yeah, just keep going on, and then I'll have that more belief in myself that I can achieve better things.
If you were to win today, is this by far the biggest thing you would have ever done in this sport?
Yes, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I won a Southwest of England Open, and then it stopped, and that was years and years ago. And yeah, so this would be the biggest thing that I've ever won.
I wish you all the best. Go well, Robbie. Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome back. This is the 2025 ADC Winmau Championship Grand Final. We are live from the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We're live on Pluto TV. Would you please welcome Robbie Martin and Graeme Hall!
Well, Robbie Martin has certainly got the crowd support this afternoon. The man from Dorset being supported by pretty much 2/3 of the crowd that are in attendance here. And you really can't miss them with their purple shirts illuminating the live lounge. He takes on Graeme Hall, somebody who dropped off the PDC Pro Tour at the end of 2024 and has bounced back fairly well. He had a very good start to the season. He got to the final of the first event of the campaign, lost down 5-0 to Christian Perez, then won event 4 by beating Adrian Gray by 5 legs to 1 in the final. As for Robbie Martin, the 42-year-old from Weymouth, he won event 9 of the season. He got the better of Michael Huntley by 5 legs to 4 in the final. Hall winning event 3 of the campaign. The 36-year-old from Ulster in the West Midlands, who's had success on the Challenge Tour recently, and somebody that will be looking to return to the Tour come the beginning of 2026. The Marks Mob, they are in full voice this afternoon, and they are fully behind their man, for whom it is the biggest day of his darting career so far. With that, there is absolutely no doubt for Robbie Martin. He limpers up in the background, ready to go, and what an occasion, what an moment it is for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first leg is Robbie to throw first. Game on.
Nobody today until now has had a reception like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Robbie's just a little bit nervous considering the support he's got, but fair play to these people who have all turned up, adorned in purple. It's like the Baltimore Ravens are in town. But Graeme Hall is the person who tries to keep them quiet.
100.
He has had a pretty decent season after coming off the Pro Tour. But isn't it nice that when you do come off the tour, you've got as many opportunities
100.
as he's had? It wasn't always so.
It was interesting. I spoke to Graeme earlier on this morning, and he was saying he loves it here. He loves playing at the Live Lounge. But there's one thing in 2025 that he hasn't been able to do, is have success on a Saturday at the Super Series. And he's kind of hoping that actually a change in format may mean a change in fortunes for him. He pars in the first max of the game, followed by the first of Robbie Martin, and you can hear the noise inside the Live Lounge as a result of that.
Well, this is a nice happy medium, isn't it? Super Series action is best of 7.
60.
Pro Tour action is best of 11. This is in the middle. So it's a nice happy medium. But only one player will be happy at the end of this one. And Robbie Martin is starting to cook.
165.
Well, a 180 followed by a 165 has left him on double 8 after just a dozen darts. And Graeme Hall, who must have fought against the throw, Leaving himself a 1-6-1 after 9. He'll put himself in a good position. Was forced to take it out just to stand a chance.
Robbie, you require 16. Game
That's a 13-darter to get things up and running for Robbie Martin. So much happened in that leg from his perspective. I ran out of space on my piece of paper to write it all down.
Takes a seriously good player to be able to handle this kind of support.
140.
This is almost overwhelming. But if he can play with that adrenaline pumping and play more legs like we've just seen, he's a
59.
serious contender because there's only 6 players left. As they grace the stage for the first time, it's not an 8-person field, it's a 6-player field.
And I think it should be worth noting as well, you look at the bottom half of the draw, Robbie Martin, Graeme Hall, Carl Wilson, Shaun Fox.
100.
It feels a slightly more open for interpretation section of the tournament in comparison to the top half, where it was just big names locked and loaded left, right and centre.
59.
I think a lot of people thought that Robbie Martin probably wasn't going to be part of this tournament
140.
until he won event 9. Just edging out Michael Huntley by 5 legs to 4. But I bet he learnt a lot about himself in that last leg decider.
60. Graeme, you require 121.
Not just did it rubber stamp his ticket here, but it was that win that secured him a spot at the Global Championship next month, which Graeme Hall has to win this tournament to guarantee of his place
97.
I'm curious as well, if you look at Robbie Martin's win, what did he do in the very next event? He made the final of the next one. Boy, did he have a day.
100. Graeme, you require 24.
But Hall's having a leg.
Game shot in the second leg.
Finds it eventually with his third dart. Graeme Hall is up and running in this contest. What a piece.
Slightly different reaction from the audience. I'm getting a little bit of a rewind to 12 months ago when Charlie Martin was here, and when he was hitting stuff against Bradley Brooks, this place was raucous. But when people were hitting stuff against Charlie, the place went cold.
100.
Let's face it, October, November and December. This is where you cash in from all of your efforts. You win tournaments, and don't get me wrong, Henry, winning tournaments is great.
46.
But the beauty of the systems in place that we have now is that if you win something and you continue to play well, there are other opportunities thereafter. It's a tiered system. And if you're successful,
55.
It's the kind of money that can change your life.
Interesting, just having a look at the standards so far today. We always expect a lot when we get to end of year finals. We played 20 legs so far
27.
over the course of this session. Only 7 of them have gone above 5-visit range. And a lot of them are 16s and 17s, and we can kind of forgive that because that's just a couple of sloppy doubles even there.
A 16 is just as good as an 18.
60.
Mart's Mob. That's got a bit of a ring to it. Dorset really love a clan, don't they? You've got the Farmy Army.
59.
You've got all the King's Men for Ricky King, who's in the crowd. And the Mart's Mob.
And they seemingly love shades of pink and purple as well.
Yes, they do. Good spot.
100.
Although I think the purple may be something to do, and I don't know for a fact, but the local football team in Weymouth do play in a similar coloured shirt.
60.
Oh, do they indeed? Okay. Because predominantly, if you look at Dorset as a county over the years, they're more along the lines of what Graeme Hall is wearing. They've predominantly been green and black in their years gone by.
145.
Well, that's an excellent setup there. 145 leaves Graeme Hall on 41 to break the throw of Robbie Martin, who got off to that excellent start, the 13 dart leg. But it's been the experience of G-Man so far that's kept it at bay. But that's another excellent setup. He hit back-to-back 180 and 165 in leg one to try and hold the throw. He's at a 171 here to force the issue of Graeme Hall, who's looking at double 16 and now double 8 for what would have been a crucial break.
Robbie, you require 92.
This is a big opportunity all of a sudden. That doesn't really help. That does.
Game
How good are his recovery skills?
Fourth leg, it's Graeme to throw first. Game on.
Your immediate thought when he hits the one is, oh no, not that. But he did not hesitate and he got it done.
Couple of darts missed for Chaz, for Graeme Hall to go 2-1 up and get the break of throw. Robbie Martin, one dart in hand. No mistake to put himself in front.
100.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, looking at the visuals on the stage, I think Robbie Martin's got an odd point. Do you know who used to have an odd point? Luke Humphries.
140.
Because he couldn't get the point out of the dart and he ended up changing his setup. That one is silver. The other two aren't.
92.
It's not quite to the extremities of Laura Turner's odd dart.
I heard a tale this week that apparently Fallon Sherrick at one point was throwing 22-gram darts. Two of them are 22.
100.
One of them, unbeknownst to her, was 24 grams. If you want to check your kit, everyone, get a set of scales.
57.
There's no rule in this sport to say that you can't throw odd equipment. So you can have 3 coloured flights if you want. You can actually have 3 different darts.
Kevin Painter's done it before here.
He sure has.
121.
Well, Graeme Hall leads himself on 80 after 12 to try and level this game up at 2 apiece. And after the blockbuster start for Robbie Martin, it's just felt like he's chased the tail of Graeme Hall in lanes. I know he's 2-1 up in the contest, but
18.
that was largely reliant on a 171 setup turn and a few misses on the outer ring from his opponent. And he's going to have to rely on more misses here. 2 in hand at double 10 for a level match. That's
60.
now 1 from 7 in terms
Robbie,
of his
you
finishing
require
for Graeme Hall.
155.
He's going to have to take it now.
60.
It's not the
Graeme,
fact that
you
Martin is
require
now
20.
on a 2-darter. It's for his own confidence. He's got to stop missing.
It's double 5 now.
Game
He's
shot
chasing
the
around the
leg,
board, but he
Graeme
gets
Hall.
there in the end.
Fifth leg
And we're
is
back
Robbie to throw first.
level at 2-2.
Winner of this game will take on Carl Wilson, the number 2 seed, or Shaun Fox.
100.
That's our last quarter-final of the afternoon.
Is Graeme another one of those players who are in that category of we know how good he is, but maybe hasn't got that tangible success to back up the talent that we know he has?
Oh, he's definitely inherited the Andy Bolton tag. Ever since we saw him in the first Super Series studio in Southampton, he came there, started averaging mid-90s all the time, and we thought, how good is this guy? Ever since then, you've seen him floating around the PDC circuit, playing here with the Modus Super Series, now very much an ADC player. He has won on the ADC Championship Tour this year. But correct me if I'm wrong, don't we judge dart players by the grandeur of title that they've grabbed? I haven't heard anybody talking about Andy Bolton as someone who hasn't won anything since winning this last year. This title can change things.
97.
Key passage in play here, level at 2-2, and you get the sense it's a bigger passage in play for Robbie Martin than it is for Graeme Hall, because it's felt like since going 1-0 up, he's been hanging on to Graeme.
Could be a lot worse than it is right now, had it not been for that 92 checkout.
139.
His setup play, though, has been superb, particularly on throw. He's had a 165 setup, 171 setup, now a 139 setup. Leave himself on 62
100. Robbie, you
go 3-2 up.
62.
And despite all the good work Graeme Hall has done in this contest, it's a match that so far has gone all with throw. That trend will continue if Robbie Martin can find double 16. He's 3 out of 3 on terms of the doubling, and he's 2 legs away from making it through to the semi-finals.
I'm going to give the Marts mob the ultimate compliment, because they could easily come in here and try and bully the opponent
140
of their man. They are being silent when G-Man is throwing. And another thing as well, when a collective of fans are here for one person, it's very easy for them to give off a negative and a nervous energy. They're not doing that. You can't feel it. They genuinely believe
51
that their man can win this today. It's not hopeful. It's expectant.
Well, obviously, we're very good friends and colleagues with Scott Mitchell, and we know Tommy Morris quite well as Robbie Martin piles in his second 180 of the contest. And if we know one thing about the way Dorset players go about their business, the one thing they always talk about is respect. So it's no surprise that the Marts mob that are here this afternoon are giving the absolute best of order to both players.
Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do that.
93. Graeme, you require 170.
Oh, no. As soon as he went to the 19s, my eyes were rolling into the back of my head. You can't do that against someone like Graeme Hall.
Now, when he was here for his main Super Series campaign a month ago, he did have a couple of mathematical problems, did Robbie Martin. He's left himself on a bogey. And Graeme Hall's on a 2-darter when he comes back to level this game back up at 3 apiece.
The first switch on a 2-6-1
Graeme, you
is a 17 switch. You've got to be able to know that. If Hall puts this away, he's compounding the problem that we've seen. But he's going to have to recover this time. And he's not going to do that. So Martin might get away with it. And this could be a break of throw.
Robbie, you require 108.
108 to go one away. And this really would be an escapology act. But he's unable to find the treble 19 with dart 2. And
56.
So Graeme Hall back with 3 in hand, a double 8 to level this game up at 3-3.
Graeme, you require 16.
2 from 9 in terms of his doubling in this contest.
Game
make that 3 from 10 and make that a level match. You cannot prize these two apart. 6 legs played, all 6 going with throw. It's 3-3.
140.
That nervous energy that I said wasn't in the audience, it may be changing in the next 5 minutes. The tighter the match becomes, the more nervous the mob will get.
He is definitely smiling amidst the tension. And I suppose the difference is between this and a normal Super Series Saturday.
23.
The mentality to be, oh, well, we've got another one coming up in a few months' time. Well, you've worked all year for this, and this is the only opportunity you're going to get within the 12-month period to play for a trophy like this. There's a desperation that perhaps you won't get on other times when you play in this particular building.
One thing the ADC have done very well is they've implemented a lot
96.
of new tournaments into everybody's calendar year-wide. Not everybody is part of every tournament. But the thing about this one, this is on everybody's calendar.
140.
Everybody
Robbie,
dreams of winning this one.
142.
That is not the case for every tournament. We are still waiting for that bone-shaking finish. It might come now.
And it would be the first break of the contest. And it would give Graeme Hall the darts in the next to win it. If he could find the bullseye. But that is wide of the mark. Martin back for 82. May just get a dart, though, to go 4-3 in front.
Listen to this.
62.
Gasps
Graeme, you require
instead of
44.
cheers. And there may be more gasps on the way.
First dart that Robbie Martin has missed at a double. And how impactful is it going to be? Well, the double 7 means it's double 9. We saw something like this last year in the semi-final between Charlie Martin and Bradley Brooks, where Bradley hit the wrong double in a set-up turn.
35.
He then missed a subsequent double, and the semi-final went the wrong way for him. Are we going to see something similar here from Graeme Hall? Because Robbie Martin has pinned the double 10 to go 4-3 in front. He just about hangs on to his throw. And as you can see, the doubling efficiency of Robbie in this contest. He's been comprehensively outscored, but when given chances, he's taken the 4 from 5. Graeme Hall, 3 from 13 in terms of the outer ring.
I give Robbie full props. I think he's holding himself
45.
together really well under difficult circumstances here. You'd have to ask someone like Charlie Martin or somebody who has brought a lot of support here to the Live Lounge in the past as to how that feels pressure-wise. It can't be easy. It's difficult when you want yourself to win. But when you want to win, and you've got this many people wanting it as well, that does come with its own pressures. He's only 316 away from winning. And based on his efficiency that you've just mentioned, Henry,
100.
he gets a chance. Maybe with 2 darts or 3, it's likely he wins this game.
And a maximum, or even a 140 here, would pile the pressure on Graeme Hall. Only a ton. So Graeme here, 6 darts from 204 to take us all the way. A quarter-final which has seen every leg so far run on throw. If that trend continues, we are going all the way, just like we did in our previous quarter-final. And that 140 there for Graeme has left himself on 64 after 12, forcing Robbie into a big turn here. And a big turn he may find. His setup play at times has been nothing short of exemplary. And he's piled the pressure on his opponent once again. It's must-hit time for Graeme Hall.
One dart, a double 16 to survive.
Game shot.
How good is that?
Graeme Hall.
The precipice was not far away.
Game on.
And he might not need to dodge any bullets. We go the distance. Do we get 9 holes of throw?
60.
Or is Graeme Hall going to find that solitary break that he's always needed?
Well, that treble start there for Robbie Martin has opened the door up for Graeme. But even somebody who's won Challenge Tours, played on the Pro Tour, played at the UK Open, can feel the pressure of a scenario like this.
59.
Doesn't matter where you go, trying to win, it's hard. Doesn't matter the level that you're playing. Still got to play with quality. And that's exactly what that is. Maybe for the first time, we are looking at Graeme Hall as a potential winner of this game. But there's still plenty to come. What a recovery. That is from Martin. A brilliant 2-treble visit.
These two, you just sense, are going to follow each other all the way to the line in this last leg. Ton for Graeme Hall doesn't leave himself for the finish. But if Robbie Martin finds something like that, he will be. But because he slipped into the single 5 and now into the single 7, he may well have served this game 13. On a platter to Graeme Hall. And has Robbie Martin just felt the magnitude of the moment there? The worst time for a visit like that.
That first start. It was the fault of everything. And Graeme Hall's got no sympathy. That's worked out okay But the approach play, which has been his biggest strength, has got to be good again. That is amazing under that pressure.
Graeme, you require 105.
And all of a sudden, this 105, which felt like a combination he could take with 6 darts, may have to be taken out here and now. Is he going to get a dart? The treble 15 goes a begging, and so Robbie Martin,
39.
courtesy of that 1-3-4
Robbie, you
set-up
require
turn,
100.
is going to come back for a ton to win a pulsating quarterfinal. It has to be tops. He cannot find the first. Graeme Hall heads back to the
60.
table because he knows he's going to get, or at least should get, a dart to win this mouth-watering
Graeme, you
quarterfinal
require
clash.
66.
Maybe it should have been a little bit easier than this. It's a chance to win. Double top. Semi-finals is where Graeme Hall is going. And he breaks the heart of the room. Never mind Robbie Martin, who played so well. It went to the wire. But it's the man from the West Midlands who made the final of the first event of the season in the ADC Championship Tour, who progresses to the semis on this occasion. The live lounge has gone cold, but things could still be very hot for G-Man, who was in a brilliant 9-leg contest. He survives, and Robbie Martin and his mob leave the live lounge.
Bartow return of the title, double 4. WADC Winmau Championship Tour winner, Gemma Hayton!
100
But that is a visit of a champion. But a chance nonetheless, this will be the first topper of the Championship Tour finals.
She has double 19, Shanghai in the 19s. And she does so.
Game starting.
But she only needed the one.
Gemma Hayton. Of ADC Global Champion, the African warrior, Devon Peterson!
Oh, in the ADC season, the ADC Tour Championship Grand Finals takes place this time next month, and you can watch all the action live here on Pluto TV. And the ADC Global Championship, the second edition of that tournament, will get underway on Monday the 1st of December, and you can watch every single dart live here on Pluto TV. Right, this is what we have seen so far this afternoon. 3 quarterfinals down, and before the break, Graeme Hall won a tense affair against Robbie Martin by 5 legs to 4. Every single leg going with throw up until the last, where Graeme Hall broke. Our final quarterfinal sees Carl Wilson take on Shaun Fox. Carl, the number 2 seed for the competition, and won 2 events in 2025, and I caught up with him early on this morning. Carl, number 2 seed this afternoon, and it's fair to say the Tour Championship's been very much where you've done your business in 2025.
Yeah, it has. I've really enjoyed it. I missed a couple of events early on. I travelled up to Wigan to try and qualify for the UK Open. Didn't work out, but fortunate enough, I stayed in the top 4 to second place to come here, and globals as well, so pretty fortunate.
What was it about the Tour Championship that just clicked your game this year?
I think it was knowing everyone. It makes you feel just a bit more comfortable. I mean, people don't realise how friendly this dart circuit is, and the amount of friends I've made has been brilliant, and it's made me feel comfortable at the same time.
You mentioned obviously everything else you qualified for. You've qualified for the Global Championship, I think, by pretty much any way you could qualify for
Yeah.
through this ranking, through winning the belt. So this year the ADC has been very profitable, and this is just the beginning of the end of the year for yourself.
Yeah, it's been really helpful for my game. I mean, with the vaults as well, at my local Rustall club, they've been brilliant, and it's just getting more match practice. I used to practice at home a lot, practice a lot on the Scolia, but now I'm getting more match practice via the ADC because there's so many more routes to practice on.
Just finally, would a win here today be the biggest win of your career so far?
100%. There's nothing else that I've been involved in that would eclipse this at this moment.
Right, wish you all the best. Carl, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome back to the ADC Winmau Championship Tour Grand Final. Coming to you from the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We're live on Pluto TV. And our final quarter-final. Would you please welcome number 2 seed, Carl "Gok" Wilson, and making his Live Lounge debut, Foxy Shaun Fox!
Number 2 seed, Carl Wilson, enters the fray here at the Championship Tour Finals. But he won't like the look of how things have gone for the top seeded players so far in this tournament. The number 1 seed, Jack Tweddle, dispatched. The number 4 seed, Chaz Barstow, gone. And the number 3 seed, Robbie Martin, also departed in the previous game against Graeme Hall. It hasn't gone well for the top seeded players so far in this competition, but it's a trend that Gok wants to buck as he takes on Shaun Fox, making his debut here at the Live Lounge. The 35-year-old from Harwich, a winner early on this year. He won event 5 of the season, having got the better of Dean Finn 5-3 in the final. Carl Wilson, at the age of 36, from Royal Tunbridge Wells in Kent, a 2-time event winner on the Championship Tour in 2025. Beat Johnny Haynes by 5 legs to 4 in event 2 of the season, and then beat Christian Perez by 5 legs to 2 in event 7 earlier on in the campaign. He's the highest seed left in the competition. He's a player that in 2025 has certainly improved. He made his debut in the Modus Super Series in September last year, and he really did announce his arrival, having won a Group A, which was littered with the likes of Bradley Brooks, Neil Duff, players that have done great things on this stage or other stages. But he's not one that is scared for reputation, and if anything, he is 55. One who's building a reputation for himself.
It's what you've got to do, isn't it? If you've got talent, harness it,
58.
And then use it. He is starting to use it now. But he's up against a player who will not be overawed by the Live Lounge. He's never played 55. Here before. But we're talking about a player who's played on stage 2 at Minehead and beaten Max Hop 6-0.
85.
He had played at the UK Open previously in 2019. But I think it's that experience that will stand him in good stead today. There's been a lot of chatter
45.
About Tweddle, about Parry, about other people in this draw. I haven't heard many people bigging up Foxy. So don't
58.
forget about him. He's from a part of the world that has yielded some of the best and most vibrant dart players we've ever seen and heard. So this could be a precursor
57.
to what Foxy could possibly offer the sport.
Well, that's the number 1 seed to be playing no further part in this competition. Jack Tweddle losing the opening game to Jamie Hughes
85.
by 5 legs to 2. And I have to say, the quality and the standard so far this afternoon has been red hot. The lowest recorded average, actually, came from Robbie Martin in
57.
his game against Graeme Hall before the break. And that was an average of 86.21. We've seen Kurt Parry average 104 and change in a 5-4 win against Chaz Barstow. And sometimes we wonder whether the pressure of the occasion, particularly for some players that maybe haven't got much big stage experience, may well come to the fore. Well, if anything, it's been the absolute antithesis of that so far.
38. Carl, you require 157.
That looked a bit painful for Foxy. Treble 19 would have left Wilson on tops.
83. $58. Carl, you require 74.
Treble 14 was the initial target, but he does leave tops eventually.
54. Shaun, you require
Lots of moving parts in that throw for Wilson, but it's all about timing and feel for him. And he is going to be coming back for double 10 to take this first leg.
60. Carl, you
only a
require
60, it's
20.
been a very slow start for Foxy.
Game shot in the first
Gok
leg. Carl
finds the
Wilson.
double 10
Second leg,
eventually
it's
to
Carl
take
to
the
throw
opening
first.
leg of the contest.
Game on.
Rather sedate start in comparison to what we've seen elsewhere.
I think when the draw was finalised, and judging by the audience,
98.
I think these guys were very happy that they weren't A, playing Robbie Martin, and B, now they don't have to worry about him because he's out of the tournament.
You mentioned his experience on stage 2, Shaun Fox. And actually, when you think about that arena at Reds Barn, I know you've been there many times as both a player and a broadcaster. There's actually not too much dissimilarity between that particular stage and the dynamics and the acoustics of that than what he's playing in front of here this afternoon.
Correct. Reds Bar at Butlin's Minehead is just a lot wider. But when you're on the stage, it's not that deep.
100.
You can see the front row. You can almost smell the front row. It's that close. So for that reason, I think he'll feel very comfortable here.
140.
Well, let's hope that Jack Tweddle's got deodorant on then if he can smell the front row.
I didn't say it was a bad smell.
95.
He's definitely invested in the whole Foxy thing, isn't he? I'm seeing a lot of orange here.
99.
And some very vibrant foxes on the back.
50.
And very angry foxes on the back of that shirt. Shots on. When he threw that, he probably thought that was good.
Shaun, you require 80.
If this is good, we've got a 1-1 scoreline in our last quarter-final.
He's going to get a dart to break back at double top.
60.
A dart to break back
Carl, you
missed.
require
And
16.
Carl Wilson's got 3 in hand at double 8 to open up a 2-0 lead. Shaun in the background trying to G himself up.
Game shot in the second
Well,
leg.
that
Go,
took
Wilson.
some kind of
Third leg
collision
is
off at
Shaun
dart
to throw
1, but
first.
he
Game
won't
on.
care because he finds a way through and he leads 2-0, Carl Wilson, and he, having got the break in the opener, has backed it up with a hold
100.
and now has a real strong hold of this contest.
That second dart wasn't on purpose. That was a little bit fortunate. Without the first dart in the board, it's
41.
probably missing a little bit left. But the skid off the barrel got it into the right bed. You got to know how your darts behave. There was no reaction there from
21.
Carl. It's as if that's happened before. He is an ADC success story.
95.
People have come here courtesy of the ADC system and have started to gain
55.
traction. In the East Sussex and West Kent region, Carl Wilson is genuinely one of the best players.
134.
He's had a real rivalry with Adrian Gray going on in that region, and it's a wonderful region. Very picturesque, very affluent,
180.
just like that visit. But Wilson's here. Other people from that region are not.
Well, Carl Wilson could make another friend this afternoon.
137.
He
Shaun, you
qualified for the
require
Global Championship
145.
courtesy of his position in the Tour Championship Order of Merit, as Shaun Fox was having a look at a 145, isn't going to get it. Now, because he won his belt title, beating Lloyd
65.
Walker in the
Carl,
final
you
of that,
require
he's given a
94.
spot back to the ADC UK Order of Merit by winning that. If he wins this afternoon, he'll give another spot back to the ADC UK Order of Merit. So he could make a lot of
45.
friends
Shaun,
courtesy
you
of his
require 80.
success.
But there are other people who don't want him to succeed.
60.
But Foxy
Carl, you
can't put him
require
away.
49.
Wilson is getting chances left on a plate. Knife and fork
Game
time
shot
for
on the
Wilson.
third leg.
He is
Go,
gobbling
Wilson.
this up.
Carl Wilson has
Full
needed
leg
2
is Carl
darts
to
in
throw
each leg to win a
first.
leg, but in each of those
Game
legs has
on.
taken it out with dart 2. Shaun Fox 0 from 3 in terms of his doubling in this contest, and Gok is in full control of this final quarter-final.
40.
He's got to work on that nickname. The way his career's going, upward trend. Got to get something better than that.
59.
Every time he comes here, I say it, and I'm going to say it until he changes it.
You won't be surprised the
100.
reason behind his nickname, because apparently, and I think apparently he's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, he looks like a well-known fashion expert.
140.
Is that just because he's got glasses? I mean, it's a bit loose, isn't it? He looks just like Professor Frink.
46.
But he's not called that, is he? But some nicknames do stick. And currently, Wilson's success is sticking in this contest.
123.
From 315, he really should include the bullseye. Can't now, because he can't leave a finish.
55.
Many people believe that if you're behind by 2 trebles on 3-1-5, you should start on 25 and bull. Gives you the best chance of leaving a finish.
59.
Well, Fox leaves himself on 120 to try and get something back, but a couple of trebles here for Carl Wilson. Would have changed the trajectory of this leg. Had to head down to the 25 of his last start to leave himself on the big fish. Many of them get a look at it. Shaun Fox. He's going to get another dart, this time at double top, to get his first leg on the board. And that's now 4 opportunities out the outer ring that have come and gone for Foxy.
At least this time he's coming back after having a miss.
96. Shaun, you
Feels
require
rather
20.
luxurious considering what's happened before in this game.
Game shot in the 4th leg.
Well, what
Shaun
does the Fox say on double 10? He
Fifth
says,
leg, Shaun
finally,
to
I'm on
go
the board.
first.
Back to 3-1. And crucially as well, that was a break of the Carl Wilson throw.
Not too much between these two in age. Wilson 36, Fox
100.
35. Not a bad age to start kicking in. We've spoken to lots of players from the ADC over the years about how they were very good when they were younger.
174.
Life got in the way, so they had to get a job, had families, had to settle down, and then
59.
when that settles down, they can then revisit the whole darts shebang. These two, in their mid-30s, are probably thinking, this might be the
82.
time for me to shine. It could be starting right here.
Well, we know Carl arrived in Portsmouth yesterday evening. In fact, we bumped into him when we were having some dinner at an Italian restaurant.
45.
I actually like that preparation. It doesn't take him too long to get to Portsmouth from Royal Tunbridge Wells. It's not the longest drive in the world. But he was not
133.
coming here in the morning. He was getting here, good night's rest, lots of clarity before he played. I like that approach. That's professional.
140. Carl, you require 112.
Well, he's overturned the throw of Shaun Fox again here, and if he can find this 112, he'll throw for the match. Well, the double top leads double 6, and he
Game
finds a
shot in the
double
fifth leg,
6, an
Carl
unintentional
Wilson.
double-double, but he will
Sixth leg,
take it
Carl to
nonetheless.
throw first.
The 112 checkout puts Carl Wilson
Game
on
on.
the cusp.
His dart shirt makes him look like a Ferrari, and he's playing like one as well.
Just the second ton plus checkout we've seen so far this afternoon. Chaz Barstow found a 127 in game and a losing effort to Kurt Parry.
108.
For Shaun Fox, that's a second max of the contest. But he's back firmly against the wall. The only good thing about this scenario for Foxy is
42.
if he can pull it all the way back, he does have the darts in the decider.
I see your point, but
60.
already we're starting to reach for the positives for Foxy, aren't we? He really is feeling the effect of those early missed darts at double.
134.
I get the sense that you may see that as an opportunity missed. Essex on tour says a man who lives in, checks notes, Isle of Wight.
140.
We'll give him his props. He is an Essex County player.
96. Shaun, you require 121.
Shaun's comeback has to start right now. He's made the next shot a lot easier. He does have an option of going straight for the double 19. Whatever he does, it might depend on what Gok leaves.
98.
Can't believe I just said that.
Shaun, you require 38.
Goes straight for the double 19. But can he get double 19?
No score.
No, he can't. And so
Carl, you
Carl
require
Wilson comes
90.
back here. Looking at 90. Should get at least a match dart at the ball, providing he stays straight to make his way through to the semi-finals. The bullet is
65.
one match dart
Shaun, you
has
require
come and gone for
38.
Gok.
Wasn't badly thrown either. Foxy is still lumbered on 38. This has got to be positive.
No score.
Same as
Carl,
the
you
last
require
time. And this time
25.
Wilson will surely think, le jeu sont faits. The game is up.
9.
Well, he's missed 3 darts to win it. Shaun Fox has missed 6 darts to save it, but he's going to get another opportunity. Still perseveres on the double 19, and the perseverance has paid dividends. He's back in this quarterfinal.
Game on.
Carl Wilson's missed 3 to win it. Fox brings it back to 4-2 and has the darts to reduce the gap back down to 1.
7 darts at double 19 in that leg.
83.
That's the reason why some people like to split it. I like to see people smiling on the live lounge stage. I think he was understanding
13.
that he was quite fortunate to get 3 visits at double 19. But hitting it keeps him in the tournament.
60.
And this is where things really do get interesting, because if Shaun Fox can win this one, the gap goes down to 4-3. Wilson's already missed 3 to win this match. And all of a sudden, the weight of pressure falls onto the shoulders of Gok, knowing 45. What he could have had and what possibly could slip away from him.
Yeah, I think it does. But we know the players based on previous matches they've played here. It's one of the benefits of seeing them before. Carl does not strike us as the kind of guy who panics if he's missed match darts. He will be able to gather himself quickly, which is a skill you have to have in this format.
He's wrestled the throw off of Foxy in this leg.
60.
But he hasn't left himself on a finish. Fox still needs a couple of trebles to do exactly that from this position.
60.
He doesn't get any.
And they are looking really concerned. They probably feel as if this game is beginning to come to the close, and Carl Wilson's making his move. A 1-3-4 set up to leave himself on 67 to wrap it up.
I saw a few people tapping their thighs out there as if to say, yeah, that was a really good turn.
55.
Foxy can't leave a finish, so this
67.
is a great opportunity to get this one before there's any more trouble.
Missed 3 match darts in the previous leg. He's going to get another one at double 16.
35.
And that's now 4 missed to win this contest.
But if anything, missing it outside is better than missing it inside.
134.
At least he can focus his efforts on the bottom left corner now.
32.
Come what may.
But that 1-3-4 has left Shaun Fox on tops if Carl Wilson misses any more opportunities. That's 5 for the match gone. 6 for the match gone.
Game shot.
But with match dart number 7, Carl Wilson gets over the line. He gets the better of Shaun Fox by 5 legs to 2. It was a slow start for Foxy. That was his undoing in the end. He missed a plethora of darts and a double at the beginning of the contest. But it is Gok who makes it through, and for the big seeds, he's the first to have won so far in a cagey, tentative affair, but Carl will not care one bit. He's over the line. He gets the better of Shaun Fox by 5 legs to 2. The semi-finals will get started in a few moments' time, the first of which is between Jamie Hughes and Kurt Parry.
He will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graeme
one dart.
requires 20.
Graeme Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit!
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And he Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for the tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away
Jeff requires 86.
from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short form at darts. Van Skeet's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Van Skeet is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Van Skeet do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot. And the Modus Super Series 11 champion,
Jeff Smith!
The quarterfinals have been completed here at the Championship Tour Finals, and before the break we saw the number 2 seed Carl Wilson get the better of Shaun Fox by 5 legs to 2. It hasn't been plain sailing for the big seeds. We saw defeats for the number 1 seed Jack Tweddle and the number 4 seed Chaz Barstow and the number 3 seed Robbie Martin. And so the semi-finals will see Jamie Hughes take on Parry and Graeme Hall take on Carl Wilson. The final will take place later on this afternoon. The asset Paul Nicholson has been watching every single dart alongside myself here in the commentary box, and it's fair to say that we've seen our fair share of shocks and surprises so far in the first round.
We said at the start of the show that there wasn't really a clear favourite, even though you have seedings in place. The number 1 is gone. The number 2 didn't play his best but found a way through. But the best darts we've seen are from the people on the right-hand side of the draw, the people that were not the top seeds coming into this afternoon's play. So, yes, very, very even to start with. People have made a statement. But in tournament play, when there's more than 1 round in an afternoon, you can't rely on what you do in the quarterfinals. You've got to keep it going.
Jamie Hughes got the day started with a win against Jack Tweddle. He just looked so calm, so cool, so composed on that stage.
There were some lovely shots in there from Yozza. Some great scores. And some wonderful double top shooting. He had that on the end of a string. And if that continues for the rest of the afternoon, the job of the people that play him is to keep him away from it. And that is a tough thing to do because Yozza, when he's playing well, he is a heavy scorer. This could be a real turning moment for Jamie this afternoon. 2 games to win this tournament and his entire career could be resurrected.
For Jack Tweddle, it would be a disappointment for him to go out as early as he did. He's got the Challenge Tour next weekend. He'll be hoping to get through to the World Championships as a consequence of that. And if he hasn't got a World Championship spot, he's got the fallback of the Global Championship at the end of the year. Whatever happens for Jack, it's going to be a positive end to 2025.
Yeah, I think we've got to take stock when it comes to Jack's story as well. There was a time not so long ago where he couldn't even walk. So the fact that he's here competing as the number 1 seed, that in itself is a win. But he'll still be disappointed. He should be. But he's got lots of opportunities coming up. And towards the end of a season like this, where there's so much on the line, you've got the ADC Tour Championship today, and you've also got the WADC Tour Championship in a month's time. You've got things like the PDC World Championship on the horizon for some of the Challenge Tour guys here this afternoon. If you're not in something towards the end of the year, obviously you haven't played well enough.
Kurt Parry took on Chaz Barstow in the second quarter-final. Game of the afternoon, bar 9. It was interesting. I got a text on the way into this studio from Gavin Roderick, the Welsh referee, saying that's one of the best games that he's watched in a very long time, from start to finish. It was just brutally brilliant.
Yeah, it's like someone putting the trifle on the table at Christmas, and you don't want that trifle to end. It was delightful from start to finish, and there was only one thing wrong with it. It had an end, because you just wanted it to keep going and going and going. The quality from both players was exceptional, and Chaz will be devastated that he hasn't made it through to the semis, but in due course he will understand that he was outgunned in the scoring stakes by a very good version of Kurt Parry.
Was it Graeme Hall's experience that got him over the line against Robbie Martin in quarter-final number 3?
Easy to say yes. Interesting to get his views if we have a chance to talk to him at the end of the session, because he had one opportunity to get this done. Now look at what Martin is sitting on to win the game. He's sitting there hopeful. One dart to win through. That is poise. To be able to do that under that pressure shows where Graeme's mind is at. Never mind his game.
As for Carl Wilson, he had to rely on a few misses from Shaun Fox, admittedly, but it just felt like a professional job from him in that final quarter-final.
Yeah, he was measured. I think if Foxy had averaged about 10 points more, Wilson would have done exactly the same. Carl knows very, very well that when he's up against someone of great note, he'll think to himself, I'm going to have to play 95, 99 average darts here. Against Foxy, he was very reactive. When the misses came from the Essex man, he was able to take his shot out. That's one of the best parts of his game. He doesn't panic, he reacts to everything in a very good way.
So let's have a look at the semi-finals then. This is the lineup for it. We're going to kick off in a few moments' time with Jamie Hughes, Kurt Parry clash. There's a couple of flies in the wall. They didn't pay to get in. We'll have to get rid of them. And then Graeme Hall taking on Carl Wilson in semi-final number 2. If Kurt Parry plays anywhere like he did in his quarter-final match against Chaz Barstow, he wins. However, if he drops the level a little bit, Jamie Hughes played well enough to cause him headaches.
Reputation does come a long way, even in ADC events like this. They've done stuff in the sport already. Jamie has won in Prague in 2019. A little bit sooner than that, Kurt Parry's been champion of champions. Very different format, different place. With this fixture, you're absolutely right. If Kurt comes off the top a little bit, Jamie could just lift his level a little bit from his quarterfinal. They could meet in the middle and have another Brahma. But Kurt's whole spectrum of play has got to show up here. More than anything, I think if he comes off the top scoring-wise, but he still finds his doubles, it may just be good enough.
Second semi-final against Hall and Wilson. That feels on paper a rather evenly matched game.
Yeah, it is. Carl can't play a 79 average game again because Graeme Hall won't. It's as simple as that. So 5% is going to need to be found minimum for Carl just to give himself the amount of chances he needs to make the final.
So first semi-final is Jamie Hughes up against Kurt Parry for the right to send themselves through to the tour final. The number 1 seed in this competition, packing. Mr. Dart at tops on the back of the 118 of the previous day, but he ain't going to need any more darts now.
Hello and welcome back to the 2025 ADC Winmau Championship Tour Grand Final. From the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth! We are live on Pluto TV. It's now time for our first semi-final. Would you please welcome back Jamie Hughes and Kurt Parry!
Kurt Parry and Jamie Hughes, the first semi-final to see who is going to make it through to the jackpot match. Yozza deposed of the number 1 seed Jack Tweddle. by 5 legs to 2 in his quarter-final, average of 92.36, 5 out of 7 in terms of his doubling. It was a ruthlessly efficient display from the man from the West Midlands, or the boy from the Black Country as he used to be called, as he walked onto the stage at the Lakeside. But Kurt Parry was the performer of the opening round. An average of 104.29, 4 180s, 5 out of 8 in terms of his doubling to get the better of Chaz Barstow, but he was still forced to go all the way to a last leg decider in that particular contest. It's an intriguing first semi-final. Now, as we said in the studio, Nico, if Kurt Parry plays anywhere near like he did in the opening game, then he probably does run riot. But if he drops off the level a little bit, Jamie Hughes played well enough to cause him all sorts of problems.
And I'm sure the reason you're saying that is because the best average from the quarters came from Parry. The second best came from Hughes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is Kurt to throw first. Game on.
Very easy to think that you can just do what you did before again. The early darts will tell us an awful lot about Kurt.
100
and there you have it. He's back on it immediately. Here we go. Oh, this could be unbelievable. What a start.
Well, start as you mean to go on, lads.
140.
Possibly 9 legs in this contest, Henry. How many 180s are you expecting? I'm going to go for 9.
Well, we're not going to get 2 in this leg. We've already had 1 from Kurt. If yours had found 1 there, then he would have left himself at 150 for the 9. And I don't think on an afternoon like this, anyone will try any kind of idiocracy like bull, bull, bull.
Oh, no, that stuff's out the window. Rather a funny statement. This place hasn't got windows. Or at least the playing arena doesn't have any anywhere.
40.
Oh, this is a really good start.
Kurt, you require 116.
It just needs a double. He's going to get a shot at 1.
Game shot on the first leg.
He really is on it today.
Second leg, it's Jamie to throw first.
12 darter, 116 checkout. Kurt Parry is up and running in this semi-final. He means business. And remember, for both players, if they want to qualify for the ADC Global Championship in December, they have to win this tournament this afternoon.
You have to understand what
180.
this could potentially do for Kurt Parry. He is a self-funded amateur dart player. If he were to win this afternoon, get to the Global and do damage there,
60.
The man from Ogmavale in South Wales, he literally could change his entire family's life in the next 3 months.
He has spoken about his ambition to go to Q School again in 2026.
60.
And possibly now he's at a stage of his life where things are a little bit more settled. His children are now a little bit more grown up, and maybe there's the avenues to do so once again. He may well feel as if the time is right maybe to give the tour maybe another crack. And if he plays like this, he's going to get every single chance of winning a tour card in January. But let's bring it back to the here and now. Because he got a 12 dart to the hold of the opening leg, and he may well break an 11 here if he finds double top.
Game shot on the second leg, Kurt Parry.
This is ridiculous so far from Kurt Parry. 12 followed by 11, 2-0 up in the space of 3 minutes flat.
Right now, Jamie Hughes is feeling like a baseball that's been hit by Barry Bonds. He is sailing through the air and he doesn't know when he's going to land.
48.
Well, I said if Kurt Parry played like he did in his quarterfinal, Jamie Hughes would have no chance. Playing like this, not even Luke Littler would have a chance.
100.
Maybe Charlie Manby, averaging 130. Maybe one of the tabloid outlets were correct saying that 104 averages were below
60.
par.
100.
He looks in such good nick. Whatever prep he's done for this, it is working. And the fact that 201 after 9 is his worst effort of this match tells you everything you need to know.
100.
Jamie Hughes is playing okay, but okay is just getting decimated at this present moment in time.
100.
And he manages to find a treble through the eye of the needle there, because he would have seen absolutely no sight of that treble. He's left himself on 101 after 12. And this is the poor leg.
That last start,
140.
almost impossible to describe it. He could have hit the whole of a tea bag. He's gone double 16. What a
Game
shot!
shot on the third leg. Good Parry. Fourth leg, it's Jamie to throw first. Game on.
2 top plus checkouts, 3 out of 3 on the doubles, and 3-0 up in next to no time at all. He is making this look routinely easy. But to Jamie Hughes' credit, we know he is an absolute fighter. He'll give everything until the end, but he's going to need to find a truckload more of them if he's going to stand any chance in this contest.
Well, here's the crux of this situation, Mr. Deacon. He's only 3-0 up. He's only 1 break ahead.
100.
You have a slightly longer format. You've got to understand that you're only just past halfway. Don't get carried away.
140.
You stay in the mould that you're in right now. You keep pushing.
Well, I'm glad Jamie Hughes has realised it's first to 5 and not first to 4 now. Could be second 180 of the leg.
140.
He'll take the 180 followed by a 140 to leave himself an 81 after 9. And this was the kind of response he needed.
100. Jamie, you require
All of a sudden for
81.
Parry, it is steadying out. It's more tons than 180s and 140s now.
Well, Parry not want to finish, so he could head along to the treble 10 to try and leave
41.
himself double 16. He will come back for tops after 12. Hasn't he had a dart at a double so far in this contest? Such has been the
100.
dominant display
Jamie,
from
you
Kurt
require
Parry up to
40.
press.
I did say you got to keep him away from this tops.
Game
And this
shot on the
time
fourth
Parry
leg,
couldn't do
Jamie
it.
Hughes. Fifth leg, it's Kurt to throw first. Game on.
The standard so far in this contest for both players has been superb. 12, 11, 15, 14. The legs won so far in this contest.
Anybody would think both of these guys had played at the Pro Tour in their past. Well, they have.
60.
Kurt Parry, a former semi-finalist at the World Youth Championship.
85.
Yoz is a man for the heat. He was the one who withstood Prague in 2019. Anybody who was around at that time understood that that was probably the most
121.
uncomfortable tournament they've ever been a part of. It was like playing darts on the sun.
60.
Well, Yosa's putting his front foot forward here.
121.
And he's just keeping himself interested, just lingering around. He would have known that after the purple patch of Parry at the start, that at some point
41.
the level was going to drop a little bit. And he had to play at some kind of degree in which he can kind of step in when that was going to happen. When he's playing well enough to harp himself a little bit more joy just as the Welshman tails off here.
58.
Key situation. Could be a 3-leg cushion again for Parry. Or Hughes within 1.
60.
The trebles
Jamie, you
aren't
require 141.
as plentiful as they once were. Big time shot. But he doesn't get a dart at a double at that visit. If Parry does,
89.
based on what he's done in this
Kurt,
match
you
so
require
far,
115.
he could be 4-1 up.
Well, he taken out the 116 and the 101, but the 115 isn't going to be added to the collection. And so Jamie Hughes, who was
75.
comprehensively
Jamie, you require
outplayed in the
52.
opening 3 legs of this contest, he's going to get 2 in hand at double top to reduce the deficit to 3-2. But by
32.
missing, has given
Kurt, you
Parry a
require
chance of
40.
4-1.
Game shot on the
How
fifth
good has
leg,
his doubling
Kurt
been
Parry.
today? Genuinely,
Jamie
Jamie
to
Hughes
go
has made
first.
1 visit error in this match by missing tops with 2 darts just now, and it could be the thing that breaks this game's back.
Game on.
Kurt Parry was 5 out of 8 in terms of his finishing against Chaz Barstow. He's 4 out of 4 here, and he's a leg away from the Tour
85.
Championship final. 2 wins away from another big trophy. 2 wins away from the Global Championship.
96.
Well, there's Lloyd Walker, for whom Carl Wilson broke his heart when he beat him in the belt final. But here to
100.
support him today, he's actually alongside a very talented young player from around this region in Marvin Meal. He's played some stuff on the development tour this year. They're in the little collection alongside Steve West. Great to see Steve here this afternoon.
$100.
Could leave a finish.
98.
And almost did. From here on out, Yozza has got to be pinpoint. No more mistakes. Unless Kurt makes them first.
83.
However, Kurt Parry, so far today, has not been in the type of mood to make any kind of mistake.
123. Jamie, you require 133.
84 left for the match. And he's going to get a look at it. May just be a match dart at the ball, but it's a chance nonetheless. Hasn't missed a dart to the double so far
59.
in this contest. And
Kurt,
this
you
for Kurt
require
Parry
84.
is for a place through to the grand final of the Tour Championship Grand Finals. And it's going to be a match dart at double 11. And it's the first
73.
dart he's missed at a
Jamie,
double in this
requires
contest.
74.
And it's a dart to win it.
They always say it's the hardest one to hit. How about the doubles to survive?
54.
It was always low.
Kurt, you require
And Parry
11.
gets a second bite to make the final first.
Double 4.
3.
That's 3 match darts that have
Jamie,
come and
you
gone for
require
KP.
20.
And the beat goes on. Does the weight go on? It most definitely
Shot on the
does.
sixth leg, Jamie Hughes. 7th leg, it's Kurt to throw first.
Yozza has had his bullet dodging moment. This is where that ability to forget as a dart player is a big strength. If you can forget what's gone on, the miss at double 11, the misses at double 4. If you dwell, the next thing you know, it's 4-4.
Well, Kurt Parry hasn't missed many darts at a double today. In fact, half of them have been to win
100.
matches. Took him a couple of attempts to get over the line against Chaz Barstow. He's missed 3 to get the better of Jamie Hughes.
100.
If Parry has a 1 treble visit, Hughes is feeling like he needs a 2. And if Parry gets none, and Hughes gets 2, he could give himself a little bit of breathing room on the charge. He needs 3 straight legs from here, which is exactly what Parry did at the start of the game.
Well, that treble score has presented an opening here to Jamie Hughes. And the 1 or 2 of his legion in the crowd know exactly that. If he brings this back to 4-3, he brings it back on throw, and he brings this game back open to interpretation.
41.
But that slack dart has put the ball back in the court of Kurt Parry.
So was that first dart.
125.
I'm not even sure how he got that in there. But he's so glad it was.
Missed 3 darts, some of it in the previous leg. From this position, he should get at least another.
57. Kurt, you require 98.
Hughes leaves himself on 160, but Parry for the match. He's not going to get a look at double 12,
58.
but he'll hope
Jamie,
he's going to come back for 3 more at tops.
He's been monstrous on tops. Tops will not be an option for Hughes. He will have to dodge more bullets to stay in this semi.
40.
Double top.
Game shot. And
Kurt Parry is a tour finalist. He gets the better of Jamie Hughes by 5 legs to 2 and is 1 win away from the Global Championships and his biggest glory on the live lounge stage. He lost for Wales in a couple of international pairs finals at the Modus Super Series in 2025. He's back into another jackpot match here, courtesy of a clinical display. He came straight out the traps, having won the first 3 legs without missing a dart and a double. He beats Jamie Hughes by 5 legs to 2. Coming up after the break, Graeme Hall takes on Carl Wilson for the right to face Kurt in the final. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler! Well, Kurt Parry is the first player through to the Tour Championship final, having got the better of Jamie Hughes by 5 legs to 2 in the opening semi. Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson will go head-to-head in a couple of moments' time for the right to face KP in the final a little bit later on this afternoon. Well, this is the first of 3 ADC televised events here across Pluto TV between now and the end of 2025. The Women's Tour Championship takes place on the 22nd of November. And then on the 1st of December, the ADC Global Championship will get underway. The second edition of that particular tournament, Devon Peterson looking to defend the title that he won 12 months ago. It's certainly going to be an intriguing affair back here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And to look ahead to that particular tournament, we'll be chatting to Chris Murphy in a few moments' time. But what a tournament we've got ahead of us here at the Live Lounge in a few weeks.
Of ADC Global Champion, the African warrior, Devon Peterson!
Yeah, the final will take place on Sunday, January the 4th, and every single dart is going to be live here on Pluto TV. Chris Murphy's alongside me here in the studio, because it's not just you talking to me in studios every day that you do. You do a lot of work behind the scenes as the CEO of the Modus Super Series, and the ADC have been a very close partner of the Super Series over the course of the last 18 months or so.
Yeah, very, very important relationship. We've seen what this platform here has done for the ADC players to come through, many of whom have gone on to have great success and become Super Series invitees in their own right, and beyond that, some of them winners, some of them now tour card holders. So yeah, the partnership with the ADC has given a chance for any player to play here at the Modus Super Series, and we look forward to continuing to strengthen that partnership and unearth some new talents.
It's a long-term project, but it feels like the proof has been in the pudding rather quick. When you look at last year's Global Championship, 5 of the 8 that played in that tournament got tour cards. 3 of the 8 that played in this tournament last year, including the defending champion, Andy Bolton, went to get their tour cards in January. I know for a lot of players, maybe that's not their ambition, but for those that maybe harbour that chance to make it at the top level of the game, there's an opportunity through the ADC to do exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a pathway now, isn't there? And there's a much simpler pathway that the ADC have provided, where you can play in your own area, not have to travel far to qualify for things, to accumulate the ranking points needed to get to events like what we're seeing today, the Global Championship itself, of course, as well. And yeah, the moments that it creates. Look at Robbie Martin today. Unfortunately, didn't make it through, but the crowd that he's brought with him, this is a day that he'll remember, I'm sure, and they'll remember for the rest of their lives. But yeah, that pathway is there. And not only will it see players progress to higher levels, but because of who they're playing, where they're playing, they'll be more ready to compete when they're at those levels as well.
Tell us a little bit more then about the Global Championship, second edition of it. Now, first time round, it was basically played at Modus Super Series format with a finals night on top of it. But this year it's been refined, and maybe after a little bit of feedback and some constructive comments, things have been changed a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. The ADC, Scott Hunt and his team, they're very much about trying to progress, trying to get things right at the right time. And yeah, there was some very good things about last year's tournament. The finals day itself was superb, but the format was pretty much a carbon copy of the Modus Super Series, as you said. So we've spoken about this in the past, that's been changed with discussions where there are going to be 8 group days with 7 players in, and then the players from those groups are going to progress through to knockout groups the following week until you get to the grand final. And that grand final, the big news that we're announcing today, is going to be on Sunday, the 4th of January, which is a very, very significant day because, of course, the Professional World Championship final in the PDC is the 3rd of January. So it's at a time when the interest in darts is at its peak, and I think it will gather a lot of interest and we'll get fantastic viewing figures here on Pluto TV.
Obviously, the group stage is going to be different, but is it fair to say the grand finals will be pretty similar to last year?
Yeah, that knockout format, everything will be revealed in due course in terms of the format, in terms of legs. Again, it's going to be more than like this is. It's going to be more than a normal Super Series week because they're playing for a lot of money. You think you turn up and win 4 legs and win £60,000. I think we need to make them work a little bit harder than that. So yeah, everything is going to be revealed in due course. But the thing about it as well is that people have qualified in different ways. So the draw that's going to be done here on Pluto TV as well, that's totally unseeded. So any 7 players could end up in the same group.
Well, we can actually announce the date and the time for the draw. It's going to be on Saturday, the 1st of November, 7 p.m. Have we got Rod Stewart booked?
No. We've got the next best thing. Glenn Durrant is going to be in Rod Stewart's capacity, pulling out those balls. So let's see what he can bring to it. But yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic for all the players to watch. I think, the 56 players are going to be the people that are most interested in what group they're going into, and the tournament then progresses through a tournament bracket all the way down to that final day. Every one of them is going to want to be playing the day after the PDC World Championship final here in Portsmouth, aren't they? And the chance to become what is effectively the amateur world champion here at the ADC Global Championship.
Better give Duzza some training on the old velvet bag then, shouldn't we? Murph, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Time for our second semi-final, and it sees Carl Wilson in action up against Graeme Hall.
It's a chance to win. Double top. Semi-finals is where Graeme Hall is going.
But that 1-3-4 has left Shaun Fox on tops if Carl Wilson misses any more opportunities. That's 5 for the match gone. 6 for the match gone. But with match start number 7, Carl Wilson.
Hello and welcome back to the ADC Winmau Championship Tour Grand Final. From the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. Please welcome back your semi-finalists, Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson.
So we know Kurt Parry is into the final. Who is going to join him? Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson go head-to-head in the second of our semi-finals here from the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. 2 players who have picked up titles on the circuit this year. Carl Wilson picked up a couple of them, won the Event 2 title by getting the better of Johnny Haynes by 5 legs to 4. He then beat Christian Perez in the final of Event 7 by a 5-2 scoreline. As for Graeme Hall, well, he got all of his success early on in the season, beat Christian Perez by 5 legs, lost to Christian Perez by 5 legs over the first final, and then beat Ashley McKeever 5-3 in the final of Event 3. As far as their quarterfinals are concerned, Graeme Hall won a very tentative and tense affair against Robbie Martin by 5 legs to 4. It was 8 holes to throw in the first 8 legs. Graeme Hall broke in the last. As for Carl Wilson, well, he kind of did the damage early on in his game against Shaun Fox. He raced into a 3-0 lead. His opponent missed a number of darts at a double early on in that encounter. And once he built up a bit of a lead, there was really no stopping Gok. But who is going to be one step closer to winning the lot here at the Tour Championship Finals?
Time to get excited, isn't it? 3 players left. One of them has to win it.
Ladies and gentlemen. First leg is
2 English
Graeme
players
to the
left.
first.
1 from Wales
Gamer.
is already in the final, averaging nearly 100 for the day and 62% on doubles for the day. He's going to take some stopping. But to get that opportunity, you've got to win this game.
83.
Does Graeme Hall go off a slender favourite for you in this one?
100.
Sort of. I'm torn. Because Hall played better in his quarterfinal. He averaged 90. He withstood an awful lot of pressure from Robbie Martin. So maybe for that reason, you have to have him as favourite. He also has the darts. We can't forget about that. If it goes the distance,
43.
he'll have the throw first. But Wilson will adapt. If the game is better than his quarterfinal, he will improve. I've got no doubt about that.
97.
But to answer your question, at the start of the day, I had Wilson as the marginal favourite for the title. For this game, based on what we know,
125.
I don't think you can have Wilson as the favourite. I think you've got to have Hall as a marginal in this one.
Well, let me ask you this. What about Carl Wilson for you made you think he was the favourite, and what have you seen that now
78.
puts you against the grain against Graeme Hall?
Readiness. I think him being against the darts is something that he's going to have to bulldoze through.
83. Graeme, you require 118.
But at the start of the day, I had this sense of readiness from Wilson. I liked his prep. I liked his form. But what we've seen today from other people, I just wonder if it's something that Wilson can beat.
82. Carl, you require 150.
Well, Hall's left himself on double 18. If Wilson cannot find the biggest finish of these championships so far, the 150 isn't going to go. So Hall is going to get free at double 18 to go 1-0 to the good and to hang on to his throw.
I
think in his own mind he was working his way close. His last start was probably the worst of the three, offering this chance.
No score.
This time he doesn't get that
Graeme,
skid
you
off the
require
barrel
18.
into double 8. So a break chance has already been missed for the man from Kent.
Well, both players have missed a visit's worth of darts at a double to win this opening leg.
Game shot in the first
Dart
leg.
number
Graeme
6
Hall.
at the double to win this leg. Graeme Hall goes 1-0 to the good.
As soon as that double 9 goes in, G-Man is feeling like He-Man.
60.
It was not an easy shot. He couldn't hit double 9 in the top half because the second one kicked over. So he had to go for the bottom portion. That was a great shot.
It has to be said, Carl Wilson missed a lot of darts at a double towards the end of his quarter-final contest against Shaun Fox. He started off okay. It was 50% on his doubles to go 3-0 to the good, but then was spurning a number of opportunities, particularly towards the line, where, in matter of fact, it took him 7 opportunities to get the better of Shaun Fox in the end. But how about this? Back-to-back 180s for Graeme Hall, and we've never had a 9-darter at an ADC televised event before. Could Graeme Hall make a bit of history here with the Live Lounge in Portsmouth?
95. Graeme, you require 141.
Can't start it with a 1. He sees the funny side of it. He's got a really big lead in this leg, but now he's got to switch back on.
21.
He gives it the old ironic thumbs up. Wilson did not break there. He's kept his focus. And just to give you some sort of
58. Graeme,
assimilation to what's happening today, Wilson has missed in 1 and a bit games twice as many doubles as Parry, who's completed 2 games. That kind of stuff can't continue if you want to win this trophy.
He returns for 60 to go 2-0 up.
100.
But credit to Carl Wilson, he piles in the backs of his own to pile this under pressure.
Plenty of room to the right.
Game shot in the
Perfectly
second leg.
pitched.
Graeme Hall.
We said that
Third leg
Wilson
is Graeme
needed a
to
break
go
of throw.
first.
It's actually Hall that gets it, which makes the task for Wilson doubly hard.
Do you have to give credit to the Robbie Martin support. I think if there was one thing we were worried about because of how many people came to see him was if he was to go out early, whether this room would empty rather quickly, like the away director's box at Stamford Bridge this afternoon.
60.
But to their credit, they've all stayed to the end. And they've all backed their man, unlike that particular director backed their manager.
Yeah, this place could have emptied like the manager's box at Nottingham Forest.
Well, it's definitely going to end with a trophy here this afternoon. Somebody will pick up the Tour Championship title and will pick up what Andy Bolton did 12 months ago.
And it's the second year of the tournament as well. If you are in the second semi-final, and that thing is on the stage, you know there's only 2 other people that can stop you from getting the glory. Ask anybody who's been in this situation before. It's so close you can almost taste it. But you can't get carried away with the moment. You've got to do the job. You've got to do the task first before the glory. If you don't do that right, there is no glory.
100.
Lloyd Walker alongside Chaz Barstow in the crowd. Lloyd perhaps hoping that Carl Wilson played like this against him a few weeks ago at Bradmore Farm. Though I know he will be heading to the qualifier. There's 2 UK qualifiers for the Global Championship, one in the north, one in the south. That will take place next month. Anybody can take part in that and potentially be here come the beginning of December.
44. Graeme, you require 154.
Wilson's going to have to kick in at some point. We're still waiting for that purple patch. Is it too early for me to say that
100.
now is the right
require
time for it to
100.
happen? Because if he doesn't take this out, he could be staring at 3-0 down.
60.
You get a little bit more
Graeme,
wiggle room
you
in the first of 5,
54.
but if Graham Hall takes this out, Carl Wilson may well be thinking in the back of his mind this might be the beginning of the end. 2 darts a double top for free zip.
14.
Well, 2 darts missed for a
Carl,
3-0
you
lead.
require
Wilson's
40.
been given a reprieve, but it's a reprieve he's going to have to take.
Game
Right
shot
in the
third
corner.
leg. Carl Wilson.
One of the
Fourth
breaks he
leg is
needs
Carl,
has
so
been
first.
found pretty quickly.
Game
There's
on.
one kind of saving grace for Carl Wilson here is he must be looking at his opponent's doubling stats and saying, you're not really been able to put me
54.
away in legs. Only 2 for 9, Graham Hall, on his doubling so far in this contest. It took him 6 darts to win the first leg, missed a couple of darts to go 3-0 to the good.
100.
Yeah, but you've got to get more chances yourself. When Carl's scoring really does click.
58.
He can blitz people, but it's not quite been there here on Saturday afternoon. I'm not sure how much longer he will survive scoring this way, because other people are scoring better than him,
140.
including things like that.
Because effectively that 140 turn of Graham Hall has forced Carl Wilson into a 140 of his own at least,
140.
which he duly obliges with. But even still, Graham Hall has overturned the throw in this 4th leg.
$100.
There's a little less rhythm about this game. There's a lot more thought on the stage.
140. Graeme,
Something's
you require
starting to work here for
161.
Wilson. This could be a big leg for him. He's had 2 big scores leading up to this 109. If he can take it out, his confidence is
45.
starting to swell. And it would be as you were Still needing just one break of throw. This is interesting. You might think it's just a change of something, but it might make all the difference.
Carl, you require 109.
Graeme Hall missed 2 darts to go 3-0 up in this contest. Is he going to be hauled back level to 2-2? Wilson unable to convert the 109.
93.
He is going to leave
Graeme,
himself
you require
on double 8 if this
116.
116 doesn't go. Needs to find a treble here. Doesn't. And Carl Wilson, to his credit, was 2-0 down.
60.
Looked all at sea, but he's managed to find a way
Carl, you
back into the
require
game. Can he level the
16.
game back up?
He missed this with 3 earlier on. It's a better marker. That's not. Oh, what a shot that is. That's the best dart he's thrown today. And right at the right time.
Game on.
If that dart is not a sign of a confident dart player, I don't know what is. Because that was so hard. Especially when you consider how his darts behave in the air.
59.
The way he holds the dart, the amount of movement in the upper body, if you see the way his darts move in the air,
134.
it's like watching Nancy Kerrigan do a triple Lutz.
Well, this has certainly been a game of peaks and troughs so far. Graeme Hall, I wouldn't say raced into a 2-0 lead, but had the stronger of the start. Carl Wilson's rallied back well, but is this the beginning of a second wind for G-Man? G-Man against Gog, it sounds like the two worst superheroes you could ever comprise together.
Only in darts, right? Possibly in 10-pin bowling.
140.
Or competitive hot dog eating. But we love a good nickname in darts. A good nickname.
85.
Hall
Graeme,
on
you got
122
122.
is going to be forced to go for this on the bull if he gets 4 18s. All because Wilson hit the bull with his previous dart.
97. Carl, you require 142.
And so this, to take the lead for the first time, but that first dart did not leave the hand cleanly at all, and the shot was off straight
44.
away. And so
Graeme
Hall,
required
to
25.
re-establish the advantage and to re-establish his authority in this game. He's going to have 2 darts in his hand, a double 8.
Game shot.
14 darter, and Graeme Hall has his nose in front once more.
Game on.
Graeme is showing really good composure in this match.
100.
It's turning into a slugfest. Leg on leg. The quality is getting better. It was a bit scratchy at the start, but now it's becoming a bit more polished.
180.
Here we go again.
Well, Carl Wilson gets to dart 5.
140.
But importantly, he's hit a 140. In some senses, Graeme Hall may be forced into hitting another max. He did get to dart 7 of a 9 dart attempt in leg 2 of this contest. He ain't going to get any further than dart 3. But forget about 9 darters. That ton there just tells Carl Wilson, you may have had a good leg, but I am right on your shoulder against the throw.
If you were to offer someone a 9 darter on an afternoon like this, or the trophy, if they said 9 darter, I would seriously question their motives.
Should also be worth noting there is no 9 dart prize for these finals.
Oh, there is?
57.
You win the leg.
Carl, you require 81.
That's it.
Well, an 11 darter will do.
57.
The 2 darts
Graeme,
at double 12 missed to level this
164.
semi-final up once again. Well, this would be monstrous if this went. Absolutely monstrous. Bullseye.
139.
And if he found that ball, Hall may have crushed Carl there.
Required 24.
That was so close. That is positively too close. And this is where things could really get sticky for Carl.
16.
It was a close call on the
Graeme,
bullseye
you
for
required
4-2 down.
25.
Can he afford to leave Hall on half a bull for a 2-leg lead?
Carl Wilson's missed 4 darts for 3 all. Graeme Hall has pinched his pocket and leads this game by 4 legs to 2. And importantly as well, he now has the darts in his hand to go through to the Tour Championship final.
He's been up against it since the very first leg as the man in red. He needed to break at some point.
59.
He has broken through in this contest, but now, if he doesn't break twice, he is going to lose this semi.
96.
Well, Graeme started troublous. There's Jamie Hughes, whose campaign came to an end against a rampant Kurt Parry in the previous semi-final.
100.
On the bright side, for Wilson, Hall has left a number where you can't leave a finish. But it hasn't made any difference. The only bright side of that troublous visit is that Wilson has left a number where you can't leave a finish with the next visit.
I know we're looking a little bit further ahead,
30.
but if we're both being blunt here, whoever wins this semi-final is going to have to up the level in the final. Otherwise, Kurt Parry's just going to deal with them in no time at all.
140.
There's no disputing that. I think whoever wins this game, they're going to be the underdog in the final. Based on what you've told us this afternoon, Henry,
80.
if Hall gets the job done, it's going to be a shootout in the final to make the ADC Global. Talk about an important game of darts. My word.
59.
Could be a £60,000 butterfly effect on that particular game. Wilson's left himself on a finish. How tidily could Graeme Hall leave this? Very tidy. Needed to find that second treble. He does. Forces the 148 to go for Carl Wilson. Another one of them. Gets it. Double 14. That would have been some skin saver for the man from Kent.
107.
Tremendous effort. But he might be out of lives. Wilson gets a chance.
71.
And I was going to say only
28.
if Hall misses, and he only just did.
My goodness, would he have felt nervy with that last dart in hand, because the first two, if we're going to be perfectly honest, weren't close. But it doesn't matter because the third one was in. Carl Wilson is just about in this match after Graeme Hall missed a match dart at double 18.
I swear, the tension in this place when that double 14 had been missed
61.
twice. The air was like cheese. You really do learn about yourself as a dart player in times like this. Hall has missed a match dart, but he didn't throw it poorly. That's why he's not chastising himself on the stage right now.
137.
Because he knew he threw it well. He'll be expecting to get another chance. But there are no guarantees.
Graeme Hall has already been sent all the way to
58.
the well this afternoon. He had to get over the line in the last leg decide against Robbie Martin in a equally as tense a game as to the one that we're watching right now. But the difference was they were following each other dart for dart, leg for leg. Carl Wilson's beginning to find a bit of a spell here, the most important part of the contest.
If Graeme's not careful here, he's going to be the proverbial frog in the pan with the water that's gradually getting hotter.
134.
Wilson is engaged in this game like never before. And we are staring at a last leg decider in the semi-finals.
100. Carl, you require 36.
Double 18 to take us all the way. Double 16.
20.
They felt incredibly nervy, but luckily for him, he's got time on his side.
I'm debating whether he did that on purpose. It was that far away from the double 18. Considering his lead, if he did do that on purpose, I'm not against
16.
it.
Although in the background, he was having a good old word to himself. He is scamping around for a double
12.
right now. But luckily for him, Graeme Hall is in a no man's land in this leg.
I don't know. I think dart 3, he should have bust that. He doesn't want to be in the madhouse with Hall leaving a finish.
100.
And a 2-darter at that.
Carl, you require 4.
He's missed 6 darts to win this leg already, Carl Wilson. Can he find a way over the top? Now he's in the madhouse.
Game
but
shot
my
the 8th
goodness,
leg.
was that a big
Wilson.
last dart at double 1, which
Not
takes
the
us
final leg is
all the
Graeme
way
to throw first.
to a last leg decider.
Game on.
That guy in red has got some serious kahunas. Double 1, 1 dart, plugged it. Misses that, he could lose. That is seriously impressive.
100.
Forget your 107s and your 170s. Hitting double 1 under pressure. That's about as hard as it gets.
100.
Well, he's still going to have to do it all again in this last leg because he's going to have to break Graeme Hall, both kicking off with a ton. And it may well be one of those legs where 1 treble to visit might well be enough, particularly for Graeme Hall with the darts.
And no matter what happens with these guys by the end of the day, they're both going to see a few more grey hairs on the bathroom floor after this. This has been tense.
57.
Fair play to Hall, under pressure. This is professional behaviour. 2-6-1 after 6. Staying straight and staying right on it.
100.
Unbelievable 180, that one. You have to appreciate that.
81 after 9 in the last leg decider, and he's going to get all the time he wants.
Graeme, you require 81.
He missed a match start at double 18 a couple of legs ago. He is guaranteed more right here, right now. Treble 10 the target with dart 2. He's just going to set himself up now.
49.
And he's going to come back for double 16 for his place in the grand final of the Tour Championship finals.
86. Graeme, you require 32.
Well, Carl Wilson has pushed and probed Graeme Hall all the way to the line. Two 8s. G-Man is into the final match. He gets the better of Carl Wilson by 5 legs to 4, and he will take on Kurt Parry, not just for the Tour Championship title, but for a place at the Global Championship back here in Portsmouth at the beginning of December. Carl Wilson's had an incredible year on the ADC circuit. He'll be back here for the Globals in December, but the final is a meeting between Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson, and we'll be watching that in around about 15 minutes time.
$54. Charlie require 164. $44. $32. Charlie require 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
require
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts, but he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage, approaching the Oki with a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Gave wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires 79.
This is it. It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
The match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Skate.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Skate!
So we have a final for you here at the Tour Championship Finals, the first of 3 events that we have for you, and it all culminates with the Global Championship. The draw will take place on the 1st of November. That is from 7 p.m. here on Pluto TV. The tournament gets underway on Monday, the 1st of December. 13 consecutive days of live action for you, which will culminate in the grand finals on Sunday, January the 4th, where somebody's looking to do exactly what Devon Peterson did at the end of last year, and that is to climb all the way to the Global Summit, and with it, the £60,000 first prize here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. But first things first, we've got to get the Tour Championship out the way with, and we've got a final coming up for you in around about 10 minutes time. It sees Kurt Parry and Graeme Hall go head to head for glory, and there is the extra caveat for them because neither of them have qualified as of yet for that particular tournament. They win this, they get an automatic invitation through. So plenty on the line for the pair. That was after Graeme Hall got the better of Carl Wilson 5-4, and Kurt Parry got the better of Jamie Hughes by 5 legs to 2. The asset Paul Nicholson is with me here in the studio now to look back at the semi-finals. Let's begin with the first one. Kurt Parry getting the better of Jamie Hughes, and Kurt Parry got out the gate superbly. The first 3 legs, 11, 12, 15, 3 out of 3 on the doubles, 2 ton plus checkouts, and really that was the undoing for Jamie Hughes.
Yeah, he got the start and he put Jamie on the back foot. He wasn't able to recover because Jamie is just not playing as well as Kurt is today. What we saw from Parry at the end, though, it was a case of, I have this lead, I have to manage this game. He wasn't able to sweep Jamie aside by keeping the start going. And if anything, that's going to make him feel rather good, because when he does come off the top, he's still able to win legs against a world-class player. Tremendous performance. And I think the most important aspect was that he answered the question, can he take it from the quarters into the semi-finals? Now we ask that question again. He's had a bit of a break since that first semi towards the final. He's got another 10 minutes to go, but can he bring it from the semis into the final?
Well, I'm going to ask you the question, can he?
Yeah, he can. I think the main thing for Kurt is that he can do it, but mentally, this is a hurdle. You and I have seen him play in this place many times. He is a serial runner-up. That's what he wants to change. If he can stay in his process and just play and let his game come to him, he can be successful. But if he wants it too much, the arm might get a bit tight And Graeme Hall is the kind of person who can expose that.
In terms of the second semi-final between Graeme Hall and Carl Wilson, that was a very, very tense affair between the pair.
It felt like a chess match. It was really weird because Hall was the better player at the start. Then we're talking about how many breaks Carl Wilson needs just to get back into it and potentially win. He was able to dodge a few bullets, but in the last leg, we're talking about professional behaviour from Graeme Hall. 2-6-1 after 6 darts, and then he finds a max. I mean, that's just remarkable. To leave 81 after 9 in one of the biggest legs he's played all year, I commend that. That's brilliant.
In terms of Carl Wilson, is there a couple of moments he may feel like what could have been a bit of a slow start, and then he gets himself back into the contest, but then in the last leg was unable to really find anything?
It's multiple moments. One, he's lost the bull. Now, you're going to lose bullseyes in your career. You just have to make peace with that. But that's the first thing he's lost. Second thing is he's lost the start. He hasn't taken full advantage of a position he was in leg 1. He had 3 darts at 8-8. If he hits that, the game's different. But he was always chasing. I give him full credit for taking it to leg 9, but in the end, he just left himself with too much to do.
It's the beginning of the ADC final season here at the Live Lounge in Port. So we're going to see the Women's Tour finals next month. It all culminates with the Global Championship. Now, we were here for the first Women's finals, weren't we, back in 2023, the first tournament that we had here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And to see kind of where the tournament's grown, this place is absolutely packed out to the rafters. This afternoon, we're going to see a Global Championship where £60,000 is going to go to the winner. Everybody always has scepticisms when new things comes onto the table. However, what the ADC have done in terms of the grassroots level, the vault systems, and with the JDC, the junior vault system as well, and the end goal, the end product, the 60 grand that goes to the global champion, there can't be any dispute in the mark and the imprint that the ADC have made on the sport over the last couple of years.
I don't want to get too political about this, but there had to be change. Darts has seen a great deal of change in the last 30, 40 years. Just imagine what it was like. I know you weren't born yet, Henry, but in 1992, 1993, some very brave individuals decided that this isn't good enough. We need change. Now we revel in the change that they made 30 plus years later, and we take it for granted. Some people out there will say, don't be silly, we don't. Well, you do, because we expect things like the PDC World Championship at Christmas. It wasn't always like that. It was hard work in the 1990s. The amateur game has been in a lull for quite a long time. It took brave individuals to say, right, I have a plan. And they needed partners. Partners they found, not just domestically, but internationally. People got behind this, and more people are getting behind this. So where we are in about 10 years' time, I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the ride.
So let's bring it back to the here and now, because we've got a final ahead of us in a few moments' time. It's going to see Kurt Parry and Graeme Hall go head-to-head. What's going to be the key components for both players in this final?
This game for me is all about Kurt Parry. If he turns up and he scores like a demon, like he has at the start of both games today, he will give Graeme minimal chances at double. However, looking at the numbers post-semi-final 2, Kurt Parry's averaging nearly 100 for the day, and he's 62% on doubles. Graeme Hall is sub-90 and 30%. If Graeme's going to have his best game of the day, it's got to be in the final. If he doesn't, he will lose.
Been told Graeme Hall, courtesy of his belt success, will qualify for the Global Championship. For Kurt Parry, this is a double dip for him. This is pretty much all or nothing.
Yeah, just go out there and give it everything you've got. Stay calm, get rhythm, which he's had all day, and just let your game sing. He's been quite light on his feet today as well. He hasn't been telling himself off. He doesn't tend to do that much anyway, but there's been the odd smile when he's missed a match start or he's made a small mistake. I think he's at ease with whatever happens. If that's the case, he's a huge favourite in this game for me. But Graeme Hall is a horrible opponent because of what he can bring to people who are a little bit inexperienced.
Well, it's the first of 3 ADC major finals we're going to be broadcasting to you live here across Pluto TV between now and the beginning of 2026. And it's Graeme Hall up against Kurt Parry for the right to call themselves the Men's Tour Champion. Double top.
Kurt
Parry is a tour finalist. 2 8s. G-Man is into the final match.
Hello and welcome back. This is the 2025 ADC Winmau Championship Tour Grand Final from the Modus Live Lounge, Portsmouth. We are live on Pluto TV. It's now time to meet our finalists. First, would you please welcome, it's G-Man, Graeme Hall! And now from Wales, Kurt Parry!
And so here we go then to become the Grandmaster at the Grand Finals. Kurt Parry and Graeme Hall playing for the big Crystal Trophy, the big prize of the big check. And for Kurt Parry, an even bigger prize would await him if he was to win this afternoon. He hasn't yet qualified for the ADC Global Championship. He's one win away from doing exactly that. Graeme Hall, because of his prowess in the belt matches, means he's going to be there. The 36-year-old from the West Midlands, he won event 3 of the Championship Tour, and he'll be hoping that he can be the last man standing up against Kurt Parry, the 32-year-old from Ogmore Vale in Wales, the winner of event 8 on the circuit this year. He got the better of David Davis in that final by 5 legs to 2. As for Graeme Hall, his tour win came in event 3, beating Ashley McKeever by 5 legs to 3 in the final. Kurt Parry was somebody that before the off we both thought could be a very interesting quantity, and as for Graeme Hall, everybody knows about his ability and his capabilities. He won the bullseye in the practice room, and he gets us underway for this final. Best of 9, same as the rest of the afternoon's matches. The asset Paul Nicholson alongside me here in the commentary box. What's going to be the decisive factors in this final, do you think?
Parry is the scorer. If his scoring turns up, he should get enough chances to win this game. He's only had 16 darts at a double today.
96.
Graeme Hall has had more than double that. I mean, fair play to Graeme.
96.
For getting that many opportunities, he's needed them. He's been in 2 last leg deciders so far. But Parry has outscored his opponents and has kept them away from the doubles a bit better.
168.
168 to leave himself on 137 in the opening leg. And for Kurt Parry, this has been as quiet a start as we've seen from him in a match so far.
Not exactly a terrible start. He's averaging about 100 in the first leg. And courtesy of that 168 from Hall
93.
and another treble 18, he is staring at a 1-0 lead.
140. Graeme, you require
Well, Kurt will just say, well, this was a
44.
leg on the Graeme Hall darts anyway. I'll get myself into the game as it goes along. But there's an opportunity to strike first blood. 2 darts at double 16 for Graeme Hall.
No
Well,
score.
he's done a Paul Hogan. He's hit the double.
Kurt,
He's
you
bust the
require
score. And Parry will come back for
73.
73. Should get a dart to break here.
Only
Game
needs
shot in the
one.
First leg, Kurt Parry.
That was lethal.
Second
And,
leg, it's
if I may
Kurt
say
to throw
so,
first.
unsympathetic.
Game on.
That's why people love this sport. Things can change in 12 seconds. This is the sporting equivalent of the 100 metres at the Olympics. Everything changes every 10 seconds.
All of a sudden, what looked like was going to be a very good start for Graeme Hall has turned into a bit of a disaster. He's been broken in 14, and his opponent's hit a max on throw at the beginning of leg 2.
$41.
Green is the colour today. It's everywhere. But it's all red in this leg.
100.
I'd like to think that Kurt is fully focused on just winning
100.
that trophy instead of thinking about what could potentially happen if he wins the trophy. The mindset to win is to win the game.
60.
That's it. If it was for nothing, if it was for 50 million, if you can just play the game, you've got a better chance of winning. If you're concentrating
100.
on getting into other events or exterior factors like finance or the extrinsic things like trophies, you may lose track.
96. Kurt, you require 80.
This for 2-zip. And this for full control of this final. Tops, but it's in the way.
40. Graeme, you require 105.
This one for a hit back. How many tops can he find? Not enough.
65. Okay, you require
And it's only one
40.
that Parry needs for a 2-0 lead in the final. My
Game
word,
shot,
he's
the
been
second
good on
leg.
that double
Kurt
today.
Parry. Third leg, it's Graeme to throw first. Game on.
KP is in control. He's 2-0 to the good. And I just wonder whether the changing point in this final could be as simplistic as a bust on double 16 for Graeme Hall in the opening leg.
If Parry were to win this
100.
tournament, there would be many people out there who would definitely say, oh, it's the biggest win of his life. The Champion of Champions was for more money. It was for a physically
44.
bigger trophy. But having an ADC trophy like this, with the other things
60.
attached, there's a genuine argument that this is bigger because it is on Pluto TV. It's in front of people like this, people watching. And most importantly, on a stage where he has had his heart shattered many times.
125.
Well, it's a mental battle in more ways than one for Kurt Parry. Yes, sir, you're on the TV. In fact, he's wearing the
137.
Wales shirt that he was wearing with Richie Burnett when they were representing their country together for the international pairs.
So what you're saying is he's wearing that shirt today because he's on a mission of a bit of ghost slaying.
140.
Well, it's the third time he's worn that shirt in the final, and he'll be hoping that, just like the Lucky Green, third time is the charm. But Graeme Hall here has left himself on
60.
52 after
Graeme, you
12 to
require 52.
claw one back. Just to get himself into this final.
Game shot in the third
Kurt
leg.
Parry might not mind that
Fourth leg is Kurt to throw
because
first.
it's only a hold
Game
of throw for G-Man. But he needed to get into the game soon, and he has. Fair play to him. That was a nice
59.
kill.
It's not effective for Kurt Parry unless that troublous start to leg 4 is pounced upon.
$140
140 for Graeme Hall. Certainly pounces on that poor start for Parry.
He is definitely getting the hang of this final, isn't he?
60.
Parry's getting more troublous visits at the start of this game than any other today. It's got to be a little bit of a worry. And he could do with a couple of visits where the first start is prime, just to take the pressure off.
50.
Does the fact that this is a different
60.
tournament, okay, it's in the same building, but does that take away from a little bit of the scar tissue for Kurt Parry, or will it still be there? Will it still be floating in the back of the mind, the finals that he's lost here in the past?
Oh no, it'll compound it. Because if he loses this final, he's lost in
59.
pairs multiple times. He's lost in Super Series finals on a Saturday night multiple times. He'll start thinking that this place is haunting him.
59.
That's why it's the mental battle that I was telling you in the studio.
Well, legend does say that there is a ghost-laid bear in this building somewhere, and maybe it just comes to strike Kurt Parry.
Sounds a bit harsh.
Yeah, particularly against Kurt. He's one of the nicest men you'll ever meet on the circuit.
Correct. He's got to move. He hasn't been doing a lot of moving today.
96.
But that move works. Kurt has been spending a lot of time focusing on the treble 20 instead of other big trebles. He's going to need 2 different trebles to get a 3-1 lead here.
Well, Kurt Parry went off to a
59.
blistering start,
Graeme,
but
you
Graeme
require
Hall
52.
has just stuck with his opponent and now has an opportunity to level up. Double 16.
$36. Kurt, you require 108.
Can he leave tops? Maybe he doesn't want to. Well, considering how good he's been on tops, I am
41.
mystified as to why he didn't go 4 17s and tops.
Graeme, you require 16.
Well, this is to send a best of 9 into a best of 5.
Game shot in the
2-2.
fourth leg. Graeme Hall.
No mistake that time for
Fifth
Graeme
leg is
Hall, and we
Graeme
have a
to
level
break
match on our
first.
hands. It's first to
Game
3 now
on.
to see who's going to lift the Crystal Trophy. And importantly, Hall's got the break back. And all of a sudden has the ascendancy again.
What do you think Kurt is saying to himself internally right now?
29.
You would hope it's something of a gritty nature, saying, come on, we can do this. The last thing you want to say to yourself is, oh no, or something to that effect.
100.
Because you know for a fact that Graeme Hall is not saying that right now.
Is this the point where Kurt Parry might be thinking, not again?
It's entirely plausible,
139.
because the initial reaction could be that. Oh no.
80.
That's how accurate he can be. He's just split the flight.
$80.
You can hear a pin drop in this place. The tension has been
87.
ratcheted up.
2 treble visits are starting to disappear.
You said in the previous semi-final it was becoming a slugfest between Hall and Wilson. This final is becoming something of exactly the same nature.
100.
Yeah, it's 1 treble visit, followed by 1 treble visit. And Kurt is
32.
losing accuracy
Graeme, you require 153.
by the minute. Graeme Hall is getting this game by the scruff of the neck by just constantly grinding.
6 starts and 1-5-3 to turn a
93.
2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead. And all of a sudden he will be 2 legs away from picking up
58.
the Tour Championship.
Graeme, you
Kurt needs to
require
take a breath
60.
here. If he doesn't, he's going to find himself in a bit of a whirlpool of danger. Is this his first lead in the final?
Game
It
shot in
most
the fifth
definitely
leg.
is.
Graeme Hall.
He's starting to
Sixth leg
pick
is
Parry
Kurt to go
apart.
first. Game on.
If Kurt doesn't get a hold of this soon, this final will get away from him.
95.
Well, Kurt was straight to the ox. Should also be noted as well that the usual 10-second stop clock that's in operation during a Super Series match isn't in operation here. It's straight from the oki.
Weirdly, I actually think that would have helped Parry.
140.
First starters returning.
95.
And it is all about the first start for somebody like Kurt.
It's such a weapon.
Should also be worth mentioning how good it is to see everybody still in the crowd, because it could have been so easy for so many to have headed home, but they've all wanted to see who was going to lift the title come the end of the afternoon, including the number 1 seed who's in the front row.
Buy a movie ticket, you want to see the end of the movie. Can he leave a finish?
100.
Not quite. Not a bad position for Kurt. He would love to take this in 6.
Feels like a rot stopper here. He's lost 3 in a row.
And Keegan knows how these players feel on the hockey. He's been winning trophies in front of as many as 10,000 people.
126.
This is the biggest shot of Parry's final. He really needs this. And Tops comes to his aid once again.
It's Graeme to throw first. Game on.
That was gutsy. Now it's best of 3, which Parry knows a great deal about, because that's the format for Champion of Champions.
60.
That was the biggest exchange of the final. It felt game on or game over for Kurt Parry, and he made no mistake whatsoever. However, was unable to pounce on what was a troublous start from Graeme Hall, and that smirk towards the back of the stage, an indication that if he found something big there, he may have got his man a little bit.
60.
Moments like this, you need one word to constantly say to yourself that fluffs your pillow. That's what they say in the psychology realms of sport. What would that word be right now for both players? It could be concentrate.
44.
Well, Graeme Hall's having a bit of an off leg here. Kurt Parry has to jump all over this. Finds a 2 treble score. Leads himself on a finish after 9. And if Graeme Hall's going to do something similar in terms of leaving a finish with his next turn, he's going to have to find a max.
96. Kurt, you require 170.
1 down. 2 down. What a miss that is. That may be the best miss he has this week.
I think he saw the poetic justice as that dart hit the single 10 there.
100. Kurt, you require 40.
It was a bad miss, but a good miss in equal measure. And that's a 13 darter for Kurt Parry. He's 4-3 up and throwing for the Tour Championship title.
Game on.
He's figured something out. Over the last 5 or 6 minutes, he has transformed back into the Kurt Parry from earlier. To be able to do that in the middle of a final, I can't express how hard that is.
95.
Only great talents can do that. Lesser talents wilt.
95.
A leg away from the Tour title and a leg away from the Global Championship. Everything laid bare on the line now for Kurt Parry. Well, Graeme Hall, if he loses this
60.
final, feel as if he may have missed a bit of a trick here.
Looking at Kurt on the stage
59.
right now, he looks weirdly calm.
I did need a hamster promise.
Well, all of a sudden, Parry doesn't look calm.
140.
He looks like he's just understood where he is.
87.
He's not left to finish. This is very much a coin flip leg.
Was it destined all along to go the whole hog? The whole 9 legs?
100.
Tunley's Hall on 106. But Parry with just 1 treble will leave himself on a 2 darter. And needs to find that treble now.
99.
That might make all the difference.
Graeme, you require
If Hall doesn't take this ton plus check out, That treble 20 from Parry might be the best dart he's thrown all day long. However, this guy's got guts. And he loves double 16.
90.
What a moment for Kurt Parry this is.
80.
The former champion to become the tour champion. Double 10.
70.
Is the width of a wire away.
My word, that was close.
Graeme, you require 16.
Now he might have to get ready for a last leg decider. Is that where we're going? Oh,
12.
It was never going to get there. And now Kurt Parry's got double 5 to win this thing.
10.
4 darts to save it have come and gone for Graeme Hall. Kurt Parry comes back for double 10. Sorry, double 5.
No score.
And that's 3 more championship darts that have come and gone. Both have missed 4 darts at a double to win this 8th leg.
I thought it was going to be symmetry. That was the double that gave Gezi Price his first world title. It doesn't give Parry the win right there. He's got to loft this one over.
No
it's
score.
not there, and Parry has another chance
Kurt,
to seal
10.
it. Forget 7 heaven, it's 7 missed doubles from hell for Hall. 2 5s for Parry. Double 2.
6.
He's missed 6 darts to win this final.
Graeme, you require 4.
That stage is a mire of emotion right now. They're both in a spin. But
Game
where they're
shot
going
the
is a
8th
last leg
Graeme
decider.
Hall.
And miraculously, that is a break of
Final
throw.
leg is Graeme to throw first. Game on.
Can Parry recover? Or is Graeme Hall counting his chickens?
Kurt Parry has missed 7 darts to win this championship. Sorry, 6 darts to win this championship. Graeme Hall, with his 9th dart to win that 8th leg, has sent us all the way.
100.
Something tells me that treble 20 is going to get a seeing to now. A bit like when you miss a putt on a green and then you're on the next tee and you said, give me the driver, I'm just going to hit it as hard as possible.
95.
1 treble visits in this last leg of the day at the ADC Championship Tour Grand Final.
121.
What a spectacle it has been.
And possibly that's a visit that turns the tide in Kurt Parry's favour. Or is it? Or is it? Because in his semi-final, Graeme Hall found some big visits at big times to turn the tide against Carl Wilson. Is he doing something of a similar nature here? Kurt Parry looks as if he's
45.
gone. It looks like the white flag's beginning to be waved, and all of a sudden, Graeme Hall has 6 to win it.
That man on the stage from Wales right now is not feeling like Kurt Parry. He's feeling like cursed Parry.
96.
That is a monstrous last start treble. Parry's got to get to a finish here. Something small.
140.
That's brilliant. We go to the death.
Graeme, you require
Who
110.
can hold it together? Kurt Parry's had 6 opportunities to win this title. He may have to watch his opponent have a dart to win the title, because Graeme Hall has a dart at double 16 to
Game
become
shot.
the tour
And the match
champion
in the 2025
in the most incredible
ADC
of circumstances.
Championship Tour
G-Man
Finals champion,
is the main
Graeme
man
Hall.
here in Portsmouth. Kurt Parry missed 6 darts to win the title, but it is the man from the Midlands, Graeme Hall, that reigns supreme here at the Live Lounge to become the 2nd ever tour champion.
What an incredible day. Graeme Hall might not believe it right now. He might not believe that he got the opportunity. But Kurt Parry, I'm sure he will be thinking of that final for many, many months. He misses out on the ADC Global Championship. He misses out on winning the tournament today, but Graeme Hall took his opportunity, and in every game he played today, he won the 9th leg. And that is going to be the legacy of G-Man. He is the second winner of the ADC Championship Tour Grand Final, and he needed just shy of an 87 average to do so. It wasn't about the averages, it was about the misses from Parry, and ultimately the biggest finish of the final was found right at the end. Double 16 has been Graeme's friend all day long, and it will be his best friend forever after winning the championship today. Incredible 5-4 victory for the man from the Midlands. We're about to have our presentation ceremony on the stage, so let's get down there. It's time to see the trophy lifted.
Graeme Hall, you're usually a man of many words. I don't think you've said one to me since you've lifted that title. The most incredible final, the most incredible victory. You must have thought when Kurt had those darts, it was game over for you, mustn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was over, and I can't believe he gave me that many chances. He's been playing really well all night. I knew he was going to be difficult to beat, but I didn't think he was going to give me chances like that.
When it went all the way to a last leg decider, did you think, right, he's had his chance, I've got to step in now?
Yeah, definitely. I just thought to myself, just keep steady darts. Obviously, you're looking at a 15 darter on your own throw. I don't know what it was in the end, but yeah, just glad to get over the line.
It felt like your key trait today was your composure, because in every single game you played, you were taken to the hilt. You were taken all the way. What is it about you in those situations where you can just keep it all bottled in?
I don't know. I think it's being here. I've been here loads of times now, and I'm always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So it's about time it happened for me. Bit of luck, bit of luck.
And what could this do in terms of the setup to the end of the year? You started the year so strongly. I think it's fair to say the middle part of the season didn't quite go to plan, but now we're getting towards October, November. You've got the big checks, the big prizes to play for. Do you feel like you're peaking at the right time in the season now?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully my game's coming on. I'm putting a lot more practice in at the moment to try and get my game ready for the end of the season. We've got globals coming up and stuff like that, so yeah.
What does this title mean to you, becoming the tour champion?
Yeah, it means loads, because like I say, I've been here so many times for different tournaments, Modus, everything else, and never getting over the line. So yeah, this one means a lot.
Is this the biggest one you've won?
I'm not too sure. Probably, yeah. One off, yeah.
And now it sets you up perfectly.
I can't think of anything else on the spot right now, but yeah.
Now December, Global Championship, obviously you're going to be in that. The butterfly effect that this could lead to, obviously the 60 grand that's going to be played there, the global title that you could potentially win. These could be the best couple of months of your darting life, couldn't they?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just ready to enjoy it. Just got to come up here and enjoy it. If you don't, then nothing's going to happen. Just got to keep plugging away and hope for the best, I suppose.
These must be the days as a player you must dream of, and I can imagine last year as well. We spoke quite openly when you came back to the Super Series in February that towards the end of tour life things were difficult for yourself. Playing darts was tough. Yes, you want to play at the top level, but do you feel like coming back to this level this year, having days like today, it relights that fire in the belly again?
Yeah, it definitely does. There's only so many times you can lose and keep holding on, and yeah, it's just nice to get over the line, and yeah. Not much to say, really.
I can imagine, and well, the way today went, I can imagine that the words are rather limited, but your actions certainly spoke loudly, and I think that trophy is in good hands, shall I say. Right, time for your presentation. To do that, we'll hand over to Lewis Jones.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A brilliant afternoon of darts. It's now time to crown the winner of the ADC Winmau Championship, receiving £2,000. It's G-Man Graeme Hall! One more time, your winner, Graeme Hall!
Graeme Hall is the tour champion. He picks up the beautiful crystal trophy, and he's going to be at the Global Championship in December. And he is a man that is beaming from ear to ear. I'll tell you what, that's a quick one up to the studio. I'm talking about hamstring, I'm out of breath. But what a final, what a champion Graeme Hall is. But that doesn't even tell the half of it, does it really?
Yeah, I feel like I need to rewatch that final just to experience it from a very different point of view. I think the immediate emotion coming from that is you feel sorry for Kurt Parry. He did a lot right. You could tell that he was up against it early on. He was able to recover in the game, but ultimately he couldn't finish the job. And that's the lethal nature of this sport. You can do everything right, but if you don't hit that last shot, you don't win. It's one of those things that we have to get used to in this sport. You can do a lot of things perfectly, but if you don't get that one last thing, you're left with your heart on the deck. And right now, that's how Kurt Parry will be feeling, unfortunately.
Look, let's have a word for Kurt, because he's somebody that we've seen here a number of times, somebody that continuously gets close to winning things. And possibly we thought today could well be the day maybe he finally crosses the line. But that one, perhaps more than any other, is going to sting, because he had 6 darts to win that final.
Yeah, that's the thing. And he's done everything right to give himself the opportunity to win. And it's not as if he's thrown some of those darts poorly. I mean, look at the 3 darts at 5-5. You're talking about 3 millimeters tops, possibly even 1 millimeter with one of the shots. I just thought it was in the stars that he was going to hit 5-5 because of how his countryman from just down the road won the World Championship in 2021. I thought it was just meant to be. But nothing is meant to be. The words of "there's no fate but what you make" are so apt in this sport, because you get nothing for free. If you can't hit it, you don't win it. It's as simple as that. It's a brutal sport, and it will have you for breakfast if you don't hit that shot.
For as heartbreaking as it was a way for Kurt Parry to lose, what a way it was to win it for Graeme Hall, taking out that 110 check.
Yeah, I think with Kurt somewhat trying to erode the lead that Graeme had created for himself in that 9th leg, you've got to give Graeme a lot of credit, because he had one shot, didn't he? And he was able to take it on a combination. When you win a big tournament like this, you always remember the last shot more than anything else. So if you win a Players' Championship event in the PDC, or you win your first Championship Tour event, say Bradmore Farm, or maybe in Middlesbrough or Leicester, you always remember the double you hit. You remember the final shot. And the thing is, he's going to remember that 110 forever. Kurt's going to get a lot of love today, because he's very well liked, well respected, and I think he's taken this very well externally. Internally, he'll be a mess.
That sums him up as a person, because I'll tell you what, if he wanted to go out the back of the building and not face a single soul, you could not blame him in the slightest. Yeah. But he's come out, he shook everybody's hand. That just sums him up as a human being.
The most important thing in Kurt's life is his family. He's trying to do this not just for himself, but for them. There's a lot of players out there like Kurt. They're trying to change their lives because of the financial injection from the ADC and other promotions, and they do have more opportunities. I sincerely hope that at some point Kurt Parry is talking to you or to me or somebody else from here saying, finally, I got over the line. It's going to happen. It's just a question of when.
So let's build up then to the Global Championship, because we know Graeme Hall's going to be there. He will be the first to admit he didn't play to his absolute peak today. But if he shows some of the character that he did at points today, he's going to be dangerous. And when you think about the format as well, when it's 1 to get through the second group, 4 to get through the first group, and you're going to have a lot of tight games like that over a format similar to this, playing like that and being gutsy like that, he could go a long way.
We've been speaking about this recently because the ADC Global Championship is not far away, and we've talked about it in Modus Super Series action as well. If you can win last leg deciders, you'll go far in set play, and you'll go far in short format leg play. What we've seen from Graeme today is an ability to win the last leg decider 3 times in a row. That's the kind of formula that can take you very far in the autumn and the winter of a season. This is where you can make your money and get the kind of legacy that can carry you very far. Graeme Hall's confidence will be very big after this.
Just finally, what's your overall assessment of the afternoon as a whole?
Brilliant fun. Loved it. And I loved last year, and I saw Andy Bolton lift that trophy. It was a case of, at last, I've got something that I can tell people about, that they've seen through cameras and devices. Graeme Hall can now join that club. I'm thrilled for Graeme. He's a lovely guy, very dangerous player. I just wonder what's next for him after this, because we saw what happened to Andy after.
Well, this is how he won it. Double 16 off the back of the 110, and Kurt Parry knew in the background that was going. And I suppose for Graeme, he'll be hoping to follow in the footsteps of Andy Bolton, because he's made no secret of the fact that, yes, he enjoys playing here at the Super Series, he enjoys playing in the ADC events, but there's only one thing he really wants to play in, and that is on the Pro Tour.
Yes, of course. When you've had a taste of it and you enjoy it, you want to do it again. It is an option for him in the future. But whilst he's at this level, you would like to win. He's won on the Winmau Championship Tour. He's now won the Grand Final as well. Imagine if you were to win the Global and go back to the Tour. Mission accomplished.
Most certainly is, but it's only mission half accomplished for me and you. We better go and, we ain't got long left, we better go and get some food. Nico, thank you so much for your company. Always a pleasure working alongside you. Plenty coming up, of course, Pluto TV. In fact, we're going to be back in a couple of hours' time when we've got the Modus Super Series. That's going to feel weird commentating on First to Four after that. John Henderson is going to be in action. He's one of the star names from 7:30 this evening. Phil Taylor is going to be the focus of the Tungsten Talk. That's in a few moments time here on Pluto TV. And of course we've got the Women's Tour Finals. That is on the 22nd of November, and that is a 12:30 start here on Pluto TV. Gemma Hayter is looking to defend the title that she won back in 2024, where she got the better of Fallon Sherrick in the final. And then it all leads to the 1st of December, the ADC Global Championship, where Devon Peterson is looking to defend the title that he won in 2024 when he got the better, of course, of Adam Lipscomb in the final. £60,000 is up for grabs for the winner of that competition. It gets underway on the 1st of December. The draw is on the 1st of November, and it comes to a close on the 4th of January, and every single dart is available live here on Pluto TV. Well, what an afternoon we've seen here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Kurt was contained, but G-Man was the last man standing. He is the tour champion. From all of us here, thank you so much for your company. We'll see you later on tonight. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Now down for double 10.
Game shot in the
Finds
fifth leg.
it, last started hand, and he thought it was first to fourth. This is awkward, but he manages to find the number 1 seed in this competition packing. Ball.
Oh, this game has got everything.
You require 40.
Mr. Dart at tops of the back of the 118 of the previous leg, but he ain't going to need any more darts down. Robbie Martin can find double 16. He's free at it.
Semi-finals is where Graeme Hall is going.
But he's going to get another opportunity. Still perseveres on the double 19. 6 for the match gone. But with match start number 7.
He's going to get a shot at one.
Oh boy.
Double top. Kurt Parry is a tour finalist. G-Man is into the final match. He gets the better of Carl Wilson. To win this title, he may have to watch his opponent have a dart to win the title, because Graeme Hall has a dart, a double 16, to become the tour champion.
One more time, your winner, Graeme Hall!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Wow, what a shot!
For the very first time in his career, we crown him the ADC Winmau Tour Champion.
We're going to see it for Robbie Martin as well. What a shot that is coming!
What a way to win a game.
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graeme
one dart for the match.
requires 20.
Graeme Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit!
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Darter tops for the match to win 4-1. And the Darter double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Did he go for the tops, or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Kaplas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18.